admit, if you're gonna fucking fight my hand this entire time, you're going on the thing.
We are indeed live. Get your assholes in the game. Fenris, one more time for the mic check.
Hello, mic check.
Yeah, you're good.
Am I?
One can
Probably.
only hope. So, who remembers what happened last time and would like to tell everyone?
We went to the baths. Finally.
Would you like to start us, Aahana?
We went to the baths. I got a really nice bath. Oswald came with me. Poor Lufa tried out makeup, but dwarven women didn't know how to do it.
In their fucking defense, shit, it's a pumpkin.
Sorry.
Damn, dude.
Then, there is a giant splotch of I can't remember, because the next thing I remember is that we go back to the Adventurers Guild later that day. Oh yeah, we went to the Frost Dwarf. That's where we went. Right?
Yep.
Oh god, I think I'm mixing up some
I
of the
can't
stuff.
remember what came first, the Frost Dwarf or the party with fucking Adrian.
Party with Adrian
Frost
was
Dwarfs.
previous. That was a previous whole session.
Ah,
Was
Wow,
it?
guys.
I am so sorry.
It's all
I
good.
I think what happened was we went out to go see the Frost Dwarves. We came back, and
no,
then
something stopped us from being able to go to the Frost Dwarves. I think that was Adrian's party. I think that happened last session.
no, not last session. That was the session before. This session we left to go take the baths. Then after the baths, we went to the Frost Dwarfs. We were able to go to the Frost
stopped
Dwarfs.
before, yes, but not last time. It was the time before you guys got held up not being able to go straight to the Frost Doors because
This time we went
Aelin
straight
decided
to them.
to invite Adrian to dinner.
That didn't happen.
Yes, it did.
Damn.
terrorism. We learned terrorism.
All I remember is we
Fireball.
went to the Frost Dwarves. We learned the one dude is we need to get him freed because he decided to nair the king.
Dwarven Nair.
Yeah, and then we came back. The Adventurers Guild was all changed.
Took our shit.
You guys were kind
Yeah.
of gone for almost a week.
Yeah,
Luva almost murdered the chefs.
yeah. Aahana had to drag Lufa and cast magic on her to get her out of the Adventurers Guild. We got Lufa a job. And then Wilk went on a date.
A surprisingly
good enough.
successful date. Considering both Fenris and Oswald were like, we need to help. Oh shit, wait, we don't.
And somehow didn't notice anybody. Especially the giant hulking fucker that Susie was panting her ass off carrying.
Does anyone have anything else to add?
I threw something at Wilk before I left.
Was
It's
it
like
a
a piece
straw?
of paper.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
like
know.
a balled up straw thing.
It was nondescript, light, harmless object that would just be a mere annoyance.
It's probably a paper napkin.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, then, who wants to roll the D100 of today's question?
Oh,
Get you on
I
the
do.
character? Go ahead.
Well, this always goes well.
$23.
I swear to God, we've rolled more things in the 20s than we ever have when it comes to this.
Have we
All
already
right,
done
Fenris.
23?
Hi.
If your character could go back in time and change one thing about their life, what would it be?
Oh, fuck this.
Oh, at the moment, it probably would have been like, one thing, eh?
Yep, one thing.
At the moment, he's kind of regretting abandoning everyone for to go to another world to save it. He knows it's right, but he feels bad.
Understandable.
He wasn't there to help. Yep.
Alright, Aahana. If your character could go back in time and change one thing about their life, what would it be?
Hmm. I mean, do I have like certain regrets for certain moments? Maybe, but
No, it's not
like,
regrets. It's what is the one thing you would change, or is it nothing?
yeah. Well, I mean, if I changed anything, I wouldn't be on the path I am. Like if I said I would change, getting caught by my family and being, or like insulting the noble and being chased out of the city, but then I wouldn't be here right now to be helping out and everything, or I wouldn't have been such a help to the rebellion or anything like that. So I wouldn't want to change that.
It's also as simple as being born not a commoner.
Oh God, I don't want to be anything but a commoner. I hate nobility.
Being born not a Lamia.
Hmm.
I go back in time and make myself be born even lower class. Can I just be born in a gutter?
No, I don't really think there'd be anything I'd want to change.
I go back in
Alright.
time and seduce Silas's husband.
I go back in time and I kill Silas as a baby. While I am also a baby. That's what I'm changing.
Just strangle him in the crib.
They just walk in. Why are these two baby fighting to the death?
That's what it is. What you would change, you would go back in time and be Silas's twin sister and strangle him to death.
I would solve a lot of shit. Alright.
It really would.
Oswald. You could go back in time and change one thing about your character's life. What would it be?
I mean, I guess if there was any way to, I would stop my father from being killed, and well, there really wouldn't be a way to stop that. I wouldn't be strong enough to stop Silas, and I couldn't stop
No.
him. So
What if you could? What would be the one thing that you would change?
keep my father from being killed by Silas.
Alright.
Do that, or just spend more time with him while he was alive.
Aelin,
Hey,
if you could go back in time and change one thing about, your life, what would it be?
I'd have to say, probably not getting torn from my mother's arms at such a young age. Kind of fucks a man up, you know.
Ah, so saving your family.
But you're such a stable person.
Who said that? I'll stab him.
Alright, Wilk. If you could go back in time and change one thing about your life, what would it be?
I'd either not die to the owlbear, or I'd tell Sledge about Friend's eyes before it was too late.
Well, which one would you do more than the other?
Tell Sledge.
There you go. Really depressing, but yeah.
Eh.
I mean,
Alright,
asking that
where's
question
the
is like asking, "Hey, what's the most depressing thing that ever happened to you?" Man, that was depressing. Why couldn't you say anything happy? Well, that's not what you asked.
I mean, Pinky's fine. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah,
Wish
I
could
mean,
spend time with my
Yeah,
dead father.
just casually talking about infanticide.
It's not depressing.
just joking
funny.
about
Killing
murdering
baby
Silas.
fake Hitler is always correct.
Alright, guys. You are done, I guess. Where are you? Where's your little banner?
Technically, it should be at the market there where the noodles are, but I don't think we ever moved it there.
Fuck,
Oh,
where is
yeah.
it?
Venturers
It's
Guild.
at
It's
the
at
Villagers
the
Guild.
guild.
Fuck! Oh, that's right. You guys paid for lunch, and then you're gonna head on, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Oh yeah, how much money did Lufa make working today?
She's still working, unless you didn't want her to stay there.
She can stay there for now, I guess. It's what's making her happy.
Job gives people purpose.
Okay, corporation.
So around this port of town, it's actually really busy. Like, you guys, on the opposite side, it's not nearly as busy as this at this point. weirdly, like, coagulated, like, dwarves everywhere.
Aahana turns left.
I'm just walking, looking at a map. Does anyone have any ideas of how to get them to notice us?
Oh, I've got
I'm
a
a
few.
little, I'm a little confused because we're supposed to be going to the King of the Dwarves, but don't we need the sigil to do that?
Huh? What do you mean? I thought that they would have been at their home keep. Do you think they'd actually
Why?
be there?
He didn't prank just the crystal beards. He pranked the king on the seat of Dune. If you're in that kind of position, are you going to send him back to your prison at home, or are you going to put him in the castle prison?
I mean, you got a point. And they didn't mention the house name as Copperbeards, did they?
Aahana
They
turns
did.
back around.
He's the
What are you guys doing?
figuring out how we're going to go there, because if we just walk in, we're probably going to get stabbed.
Well, I've got, like, some pull to social events. I think we're at least allowed in. I don't think we can have a talk with the king, but we can at least get in.
That makes sense to me.
Aelin will just jog over to Aahana. You've got the right idea.
For future
What?
reference, Oswald, while we're walking, it does take time to get there. I would set up your kit to be sneaky, just in case everything goes down.
But I can't really do it while walking.
He's gotta meditate.
Ah,
Wait,
You have a giant snake lady. Call for her.
but you're all the way over there.
go away on the Aahana then. Sharir did it.
Sharir is significantly smaller than me.
Aahana is significantly bigger than you.
Not by as much as, like, fucking Sharir was like, what, 4
She's
feet tall?
She's 27 feet long.
Okay, and how wide is she?
Considering
Never
that
ask
she liked
Lamia her width.
She wanted her chunky. She chunky. Like at least 4 dwarves, lines of dwarves
Okay.
could walk in the space she takes up in the road.
As everyone's yelling at him till he just goes over to Aahana and sits on her back, just cross-legged. Boggle
Doesn't
oil
even
stuck to her.
acknowledge it. Just keeps going.
Aahana, you can no longer sprint, but you can still walk at full speed.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going this way.
Just looks at Aelin. What is he doing? Pointing behind her at Oswald.
So
Full
At this-
shrug.
at this point, the traffic moves, like, slows to an actual crawl, and you guys are moving forward a single step about every 5 or so minutes.
Aelin is just looking
This
more
is
and more
painful.
irritated.
Do you see any reason why it's moving so slow?
I mean, you all are tall and can look over the sea to see that there's a checkpoint.
Nah.
It's politics. Everything's slow.
It's also the central keep, so there's armed guards. You see fucking so on either side, there's like a fucking whole regiment of lined up dragon turtles and fire centipedes, and dwarves riding them. There's cannons aimed at the people that are on the road. It's a whole thing.
Well, at least it's tight security.
And beyond even that, you see in the distance, rising up like a mountain itself, the central keep and seat of Dune. Compared to every other building in this god-forsaken cavern, this thing literally could be a mountain if it was on its own in the plains. It's the only thing that even reaches close to the top of the central cavern.
Well, on the bright side, maybe we'll have a place to stay since it takes so long to get anywhere at any point.
In fact, it's so big, you kind of wonder how the fuck all the dwarves don't just live in there.
No, nobility likes their opulence.
Hey, tell me about it.
And they'll probably do the usual disarm us, visitor status, anything of that regards.
Should I cover my feather? Aahana looking down at her chest.
No. That's nothing that's worth being covered up. The dwarves at least respect the creators, unlike the human city.
So it's gonna take about an hour for you guys to get to the top of the line. And you said you guys stopped for lunch, so that was probably we'll say it's about 3 p.m.
Yeah.
When you finally get to the front of the line and you're staring down at a very angry-looking fire dwarf, who also looks incredibly tired, doesn't even look up, just holds out his hand for your papers.
I hand him my fucking noble paperwork.
Not getting what he expected, he looks down at it, his brows all fiery and fucking like smoldering furrow, and his sort of dark, like charcoal-esque skin sort of like twists into a frown, and then his bright like golden eyes like look back up at you, and then he's like, "What?"
Like he just says what?
Yeah.
Come on, Wilk. You're supposed to be good at all of this.
Sorry, I'm just laughing. On all levels except physical, I am a dwarf of the deep dwarves. This is my entourage. The Copper Claws.
Right.
What's the Baron of Deep River doing down here?
Stops for a minute, thinks. I've heard stories of a lot of things. I have business here, but that's different. Mainly, I want to see the keep itself that my heritage apparently built.
Oh, so you're just going on a little like learning spree since you're
Visitor status at this moment, yes.
nothing official?
Nothing official quite yet.
What's your entourage makeup?
My entourage makes up of Oswald Kraigdeep, Fenris
Aye.
Silverfang, Aelin
Aye.
Swiftblade,
He
and
doesn't speak
Aahana.
Dwarvish.
Just looking totally blank.
Aahana just points at him, just like he doesn't speak Dwarvish.
They are members of the Copper Claws Adventurers Guild, as am I, as well as their
Oh,
main
so they're
commanders.
not your entourage, you're your friends.
I'm using them as an entourage, yes.
So you're paying them.
Yes.
Guards.
I pay them in food and housing.
Aelin feels like he should probably be insulted.
He's like stroking his beard and staring up at you. You can tell that immediately he was like, he's not a dwarf.
I look
But I
at him.
can't refute this, and I don't.
I look at him and I go, "Sir, whichever is easier on the paperwork. You seem to have had a long day."
Normally, if some son of some sort of noble be coming around here, we'd set them up with our own sort of entourage and give them a guided tour, but you're not asking for that. I'm not even sure what... Hey! Freya! And from deeper in, you hear, what?
At the
So
loud
we got-
sound, Oswald falls off of Aahana.
We got a noble son! Entourage, but none! What's our policy? I don't fucking know! And so the guy turns back to you and is just like, sweeps his head, like takes his helm off, like unstraps it, takes it off, sweeps his hand back through his hair, sighs. Alright, I'll fucking go. Gives you your papers back.
Take it. Walk in.
It picks up back at this point. Weirdly enough.
Sorry.
Before it slows to a crawl once again. And another hour passes by before you get to the secondary checkpoint.
Lovely, lovely.
And this is where they actually take down all of your names, what armor and weapons you have on you. They do not take them because they are fully aware and okay with fights breaking out. They think they can handle themselves.
That's
And
funny.
you mean past them, you see like the wall of the keep is just lined with dwarves at arms and just standing at attention everywhere. Not to mention the cannons and everything. Like, you'd be hard pressed to not die to whatever swarm of hundreds of dwarves would pile on you if you did something wrong. It is a impressive show of force. But they do take down your names, your ranks, where you're staying, where you're from, and all of your shit, basically. Does anyone lie?
Nope. I will say I left.
Do they want like the continent Aahana's from?
Well, yeah, they'll ask where you come from. And if they don't recognize it, they'll be like, what? And then you can explain it, basically. They'll get everything down.
I do
They'll
want to
give
say
the actual city instead of
sorry.
the rebellion place.
Sounds good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm
What's up?
No, it's all
off
good.
today. I left the spider with Lufa.
The white spider?
The white spider. It's
Okay.
ratatouilleing on her head right now. it's just pretending like it's controlling her, but it's not. I have my
It doesn't
Eldronga
have
with me.
hair.
Yeah, that's
Just
why
an-
it's
They
pretending.
don't like the look of the Eldronga.
If they don't want them, then I'll send them flying back.
Sounds good. They do not like the look of the Eldronga.
Can't blame them.
But they're so cute. Holds up tiny death machine.
And then after that, it's about 5 p.m. and you are finally free and within the keep.
One of the dwarves sees the Eldronga flying over and goes, "You know, in a parallel universe, I feel like that thing ate my liver."
And once again, just the scale of this place, it takes forever to get anywhere. We're all gonna be aware of the fact that by the time you guys get back, and it's gonna be late. Is everyone fine with that?
Yep.
Cool. I don't want
No,
to have
not
to
at
keep
all.
keeping track with time because it's just like from here to here would be way too long. Anyway, you guys enter the Seat of Dune finally, and are once again feeling like you're inside of what can only be described as a cathedral, but not a cathedral because this is a castle. It's huge, but the amount of dwarves just running around inside of it kind of rivals the streets outside. There are no signs. There is
Nice.
lots of like architectural like decorations and a huge statue in the central chamber that you guys just walked into that is sculpted in what you can only like expect is the dwarven likeness of the current king of the Dune, King Dune, basically.
What's his hair look like?
It's not bald.
An ugly
Perception
fucker,
to
isn't
see
he?
if it's a wig.
I mean, it's a fucking statue.
Oh, the statue. Okay.
Yes.
It's a
Look
I,
like the actual king of the
I
dwarves
thought-
and try and tug his
I
hair
thought
off.
it was just roaming the streets or the halls.
You killed Aahana. Good job.
Fenris staring intently at the statue. I think that's a wig. What?
Buddy, are you okay?
We finally meet the fucking king, and he just points, bald, 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 bald.
From somewhere deep inside the keep, a bell tolls. It rings throughout the entire chamber in such a way that it reverberates through your bones, and the entire floor and all the dwarves vanish. And you guys are
Well,
alone
that's-
in the central chamber.
Well, that's unpleasant.
We should have asked for an escort. Just someone to tell us what's going on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's nice to not be surrounded by dwarves.
Well, let's hope this isn't illegal that we're still out here.
Why do I
Kind of
hear
hope it is.
some random guy in the bottom levels screaming about books? That's
Why
a
do I
Marv
hear Elden Ring
reference.
music?
Elden Ring music.
So what do you guys want to do?
Yo! Anybody home?
So
No, Aelin.
I mean, if he actually did
I mean,
that,
you could try and stop him.
his voice echoes off the walls and everything, and it's nothing, no response. You guys are in a large chamber. There's a large statue in the center. There's a sort of lighting fixture above it. The top ceiling is glass, and you can stare up at the fucking gloriousness that is the glowing glow bug studded ceiling, I guess, of this cavern in all its glory, of course, but then there's also about 8 side hallways that branch off from the central chamber, going off in every direction in a very sort of like mathematical and geologically pleasing way. What do you want to do?
I wonder, Wilk, Fenris, maybe they went to dinner. Sniff.
Sniff, good boy.
I mean, we can definitely find a pantry pretty easily. I'm gonna perceive for food direction in my tracking. Sniff, sniff, sniff.
Since it is kind of late, maybe they just went to go eat. That's what that bell might mean.
Sure. You smell the faintest whiff of food from somewhere. You're not sure where. Definitely not here.
Whatever it is, it smells good. Alright, let's pick a direction. I'm thinking northeast.
How many doorways are there?
Apparently,
there's no doorways.
hallways.
They're all hallways. 8 hallways branch off from the central chamber in a very geometrical, sort of like pleasing way, sort of symmetrical. That's the word.
I'm thinking of a number 1 through 8. Somebody guess.
3.
7.
All right, I say the third one then.
Wait, third one from where?
From if we're starting, because you usually count
Left
not counterclockwise, but clockwise. So then it would be from the door we entered, the third one from the left of it.
Okay, so to the south or west.
Yeah, to west. Yeah.
You guys head down the westernmost hall. As you head down it, you start hearing the sounds of angry dwarvish chatter on either side, and there are about 4 different doors, and the hallway goes for a while.
Can we try? We can try and listen to what they're saying.
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
which wall?
I'll pick a different one than the others.
I'll
Well, if you're gonna be
I'll
listening
take
at
one and-
both,
I'll take one and you can take the other.
pressing your ear up against the cold stone wall, you hear the angry noises of dwarven debate and politics going on each side.
Is there anything useful to glean from what they're arguing about?
I mean, currently the one to the north seems to be arguing about rations, and to the south it seems to be something about how they should taxate sort of some forms of goods.
Oh, this is really boring.
Taxation is theft.
It just evolves into a bunch of dwarven men going, taxes, 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 taxes!
Jesus Christ.
I mean, in the middle of all this, while you guys are listening, one of them does curse someone else's mother, and you hear a fight break out in there.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Keep walking. Without elaborating to the others of what I heard at all.
Pretty sure we can all hear the noises of 2 people fighting.
Fair. So far, this seems to be where most of them go to handle courts and minor debates. See where it goes if we go deeper.
So you're just gonna keep down this hall?
Yeah, I guess keep an eye out for any, like, stairways or anything, or any
Yeah,
signs.
anywhere where it seems to be getting, lower, colder, wetter, grimier.
So you pass by a set of like 4 doors on either side of the walls, and the constant dipping and growing of dwarven debate sounds on either side of the walls for a while. A solid 10 minutes as you walk down this hallway before you finally come to what is the end, but on either side is a secondary hallway that goes off to each side. What do you do?
Alright. They seem to convene on the outer halls. Do we want to go to hall number 2 or hall number 4?
Hall
Let's
number
go with
what?
hall number 4.
Wait, what?
We were in hall number
Uh-uh.
3.
Yeah, I know, but like now you're at the end, and now there's a hall going that way and a hall going that way.
Yeah, we're assuming the halls spread all the way out to the outer rims, and then those halls connect each other. So it's
yes,
like
but
a...
it's still a big long walk, and you're not sure what else is down there. Like, I wouldn't suggest just thinking it's gonna do that.
I mean, we are just going
Do
aimlessly.
you
anyway.
want to go back toward the hall that heads towards what feels like the entrance, or the one that goes to the north?
Why don't we just knock on one of the doors and ask?
Nah.
That sounds like less fun.
Hey, I
Also, I
thought
think
you
we have
there.
a higher chance of getting, thrown in the dungeons ourselves.
I feel like going to the north.
Fuck it, let's go to the north.
You guys
To
start
the north.
walking along the northern hall. This hall is a bit quieter. There was some debates on the corner edges as you turned, but towards the central part, there's still a bunch of doors, but not as much talking going on.
Can we
How many doors?
check them and see?
Well,
Can
you
we
guys
like?
have passed about 16 so far.
Does it sound like any of them are empty?
You don't know. You guys have
Does
not
sound-
opened any doors. I cannot tell you what.
I'm
It's-
just
you don't
going to
hear
walk
anything.
up to the closest door and knock.
Alright, so you've been walking to be about. Roll me a d2.
D2. You know what? Even is one, odd is the other. 1.
That's a D4.
And divided by 2, you get a D2.
Ah, so 1.
You open the door, and it looks to be some sort of like what I would guess to say where the servants store the cleaning supplies. It's a very sort of it's a big, spacious, open room, but it's stocked full of brooms and shit like that, and, like boxes, stuff like that, storage.
Alright. Well, nothing in there.
Would you like to do anything else?
No. Next door.
Oh, you're opening the next door?
Yep.
So this door opens, and basically you see a large stairwell. It goes up and down. By the way, as you guys have been walking, I forgot to say this. There is dwarf guards everywhere.
Oh.
I am so sorry. I should have probably said that. But
I
like
wish you
every
had. We could've
5
asked.
to 15 feet is a dwarf guard. They're all standing still statues. In fact, I'm just gonna say that you probably thought they were statues, and I'll probably have something. I don't know.
There's just been
Basically,
guards
the
listening
sta-
to us
the
wander
dwarven-
out loud.
The dwarven statue behind you guys sneezes, and you are aware now that they were guards.
I look at him and go,
That's gonna be
bless
itchy
you.
when it dries.
Just go, bless you.
Turns
Because in
around,
this stairwell, there's also a
common goes,
couple of
I thought
dwarves
those were
going on now."
statues.
Sorry, but yeah. So you found a stairwell.
Where are we trying to go again?
Down.
Okay, down it is.
You guys head down a level. And are now exiting, I'm guessing, the stairwell. There was another level. Do you want to go down even further?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you attempt to do so, a dwarf clears his throat and steps forward. Where do you think you're going?
We honestly have no idea.
We're kind of exploring.
Yeah.
We're looking for the bathroom.
You need to
He says
go?
in total
You should have
common.
gone before we left.
Well,
With the medley of random responses, the dwarf's eyes narrow suspiciously.
he's gonna cross his legs and kind of do the I need to pee dance. Just this way.
We really do have no idea where we're going, sir. They're just trying to be funny.
I was generally exploring.
I kind of do
I-
need to pee.
Generally.
You're currently on the servants' quarters. Further down is restricted.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. What's
restricted, like we can't know what's down there, or restricted, like not allowed
Looking
to
at
go
the lack of dwarves within your ranks, but knowing at least you're allowed here, he just stares at you.
there? Papers.
down
You say papers, but you don't have them. So you're saying that to
Yeah,
Wilk, I'm guessing?
I'm saying it's Wilk, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I figured that none of us would be allowed here without that kind of... Yeah, there you go. I show him emblem and all that.
Just the emblem?
The papers on the emblem and
Okay.
the paperwork itself.
He stares them over, looks up at you, looks down at the papers, looks up at you, looks down at the
This
papers.
happens a lot, believe it or
His
not.
brow furrows. He looks confused, concerned, and a little.
Really need to
He
start taking
turns the
Jay with
papers
us.
over and starts like lifting it to the light and seeing if he can see stuff through the paper. Like he's not convinced.
Takes a little pen that says Weiss Markets on it. It's a counterfeit pen.
All right, Baron Deep River. Unless you have specific business and a writ from your father, you're not going downstairs.
That's fine. I was just wondering what the hell was down there.
Do you have a reason for knowing?
Just trying to learn about my heritage, and this seems to be one of the major places that my people helped build.
You see his little beard sort of like smoke up a bit, because like he's like, you're not a dwarf, but at the same time you want to learn, but like it's like fucking their racism like meshing and screaming at the fucking like part of him that has to follow the fucking nobles, and you're a noble for some reason. It's a whole thing. This man is not having a good day. Ask someone else. He gives you your papers back and stands in front of the stairway now.
Look at him. Tuck papers away. Nod once, and I go, yeah, that's fine. Sorry to bother you. You have a nice day, sir. Kill him with kindness.
Except for they're dwarves, and so he probably would have responded better if you decided to fight him for it.
Probably.
But you're not good enough in your standing to know how to handle your shit. It's fine. So you leave into the what you now know is the servants' quarters level. Or do you go back upstairs?
I'll look to the others first. Do we want to check out the servants' quarters, or?
I mean, yeah.
Not really. There's not.
Rogue.
What was that, Aelin?
He shrugged.
Alright, Oswald, you're the tiebreaker.
Let's go upstairs.
You guys head back up the stairs.
Once we're out of earshot of the guard, Aahana's gonna be like, you do realize a servant would probably be more willing to talk than a guard or a politician?
He did say that unless we had specific permission.
We don't know anything about this place. We don't know where we're going or what we're trying to find.
Well, we should
What
try
are
to
we
find
here
a frost.
for?
We should try and find a frost dwarf then. We're here to.
We probably just got told we're not allowed to go into what is most likely like the dungeon
Mhm.
or something like that. We
believe
could
it.
have found a servant and been like, hey, ask her questions. Try
Okay,
to
let's
sneakily
go.
ask
He just starts walking back downstairs.
Okay, let's go for it.
You guys walk back down the stairs. The dwarf is still there. You guys exit the stairwell into a busy little corridor that has a bunch of dwarves, not dressed the best, but dressed decently, running around, carrying things, and basically looking very busy.
Gonna
probably
stop
try
one
and
that looks
find someone who's not that busy.
less busy. Yeah,
Well,
They're
I mean,
all
they
busy,
all look
less
busy.
busy.
None of them look less busy. There are doors everywhere, though. It feels about the similar setup as the upstairs. You're in a current hallway, but you know there's probably like there's doors. What do you want to do? I will
Any
tell you
of them
this:
look
you cannot
particularly
pick.
Jumpy?
Huh?
Any of them look particularly jumpy?
They're all moving so quickly and with various states of attire and carrying things you don't know.
Alright. Whatever, closest one. Stopping them.
So you're grabbing someone by their shoulder, I guess.
Not
They
grabbing,
jump.
just poking.
Poking? You poke them, they keep walking. Or running,
Alright,
sorry.
grabbing next one.
You grab the next one.
I feel like it's just Fenris pressing A repeatedly.
They turn. They grip your forearm, and I'm gonna need you to make a contesting strength check with me.
Okay. Where's my sheet?
This is literally the fucking epitome of the player keeps pressing A between all the dialogue options.
Second. Oh, really?
This
Wow.
burly,
You have a +6.
this,
Yeah.
this burly
Fuck these dice.
dwarven lass throws you over her shoulder and pile drives you and screams, "Not today!" before running away.
So Aelin loses his collective shit.
I'm just
Okay,
laughing too at
Fenris.
this point.
Yep. Wasn't expecting immediate fight.
They're dwarves.
Do
You
I look
got
like
your
I know
shit
a whole lot
rocked.
about-
See,
Aelin,
I
I've
was
seen
worried-
you get your shit rocked far more times. You really want to talk about whose shit got more rocked?
Not by a woman.
Oh! By the way, as he says
I
that,
am going
at
to
least
sit-
5 dwarven women running by, like, hip check him, take 5 bludgeoning.
That was totally worth it.
Aelin, remember that night you don't remember? Stupid question. I watched the young Firebeard lass literally kick you to the ground and drag you into a building.
Hey, and that worked out for the best. You just got piled right for nothing.
No.
Woke up naked and
Ugh.
hungover in a jail cell.
And now I'm getting
Uh-huh.
married.
Before I have to start actually being one of those asshole nobles to get anything in this place, you want to give it a shot?
Well, sure.
Can I remind the player base, there are dwarves.
Yes, that's what Aahana's gonna start doing. I was gonna say
Okay.
she's gonna start knocking and opening doors if someone doesn't yell "go away" or whatnot.
You knock, there is no answer, but there's the sound. There's busy sounds coming from within the room, and as you open it, you see just a bunch of like girls, like sitting around tables and eating for the most part. They all like turn and collectively look at you because you're not a dwarf,
Yeah.
and you also knocked.
Excuse me. I was wondering if we could ask some questions. I have someone here. He's been adopted into the Deep Dwarves. He's nobility now, and he's trying to learn about his people. And we're trying to just figure out some stuff around here, that's all.
Why didn't you get an entourage? I'm on me break. Are you paying? It's
Of
like 4
course.
different dwarves like pipe up.
I'm not gonna waste y'all's time. Of course you're all getting paid.
Just hear a collective sigh.
Oh, is that the gossip circle in there?
They do like motion you guys in at least, so they keep eating.
Of course. Not gonna ask you not to. That'd be asinine. Okay, Wilk. Where do you want to start?
That's not a dwarf.
Yeah, hey, how's
Those
it
are the
going?
papers.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't need to see any goddamn papers. I'm just, what the fuck?
He's adopted.
And then another one pipes up with, "Leave it to the deep ones to get all crazy with who they decide to adopt."
Oh, you have no idea. Have you heard the Firebeards yet? It's hilarious.
What? Also, from behind that, someone's like, "That's." I mean, it's not racist, but it's like. I mean, what is our little like subsex? And they all start talking about that.
Is anyone translating for Aelin here?
Oh hell no!
No.
There's
am,
too much going on to
Thank you.
translate. Roll me.
I am
charisma.
purposefully not not like, oh, I'm purposefully doing it bad to fuck with him more. Oswald's just translating everything he hears, so it's going to be gibberish no matter what.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll charisma if you want.
It was just to not get tongue tied. Eh. You can
Getting one word
you
from
can
each
give him
sentence.
the gist.
The president told a joke. Everyone laugh.
Jesus.
All right. What are you wanting to know either way?
Oh, well, I am curious about a little bit about the keep itself. I heard there's interesting stuff down low, but we weren't allowed to find out what.
I mean, you're not a guard. Of course, you're not allowed down there.
Oh, is that the guards' quarters?
Well, it's the armory and, stables for most of their beasts. And then
Ah.
below that is where they're staying, and then below that's the prison.
Ah. See, why couldn't you just say that?
I mean, because you're a dog, and that one's a snake, and that one's just knife-eared, and that one over there is a bird.
I'm just saying it'd be pretty awesome to go to the armory and blast some of their cannons.
She
But I
called me
think that's
knife ears.
exactly why they don't let us. Yeah, actually.
Oh. Alright, fine.
And what's
I'd
further
probably
up?
said worse.
Is that where the High King's stuff is, I'm guessing?
I mean, the High King's quarters are... So, you're in the outer keep. So, if you keep going to the north a bit, you'll actually enter a courtyard. And then there's a secondary keep inside of that. And that's where the king and the family stays. Up above, though, is just lots of, debate halls and court and things like that.
Ah,
Yeah, we heard
that's
one of them.
probably
They were
all
just-
that yelling we were hearing.
Yeah, one of them just started chanting taxes, and then I heard punching.
Oh yeah, the fight broke out. That was great.
And that's normal.
I'm surprised
Wait,
they
what
get away
kind
with so
of-
many fights with all the guards.
What kind of dwarves are we talking to here? Is it just a mix of all of them, or is
It's
this
a
all one type?
mix. It's a mix.
And I saw the statue of the king too. I've never seen him. Does he really have a beard that long?
They in unison, half of them say, "I've never seen the king before," and the other half's like, "I don't fucking know."
I'm
I'm
looking at
inciting
any of
them.
the frost dwarves here.
There's a couple spattered in, but not nearly as many.
Have they really never seen the king before, or are they just trying not to talk about it?
Trying to get a collective insight, these women wish they could be left alone so they could eat and go take a fucking rest. They have no reason to lie to you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
honestly,
fucking
it might be a
imagine it.
better idea for us to just go get an entourage. Will we just go back to the front gate for that?
I mean, probably. You should probably have had one. I mean, I'm guessing you told them that this ragtag random group is your entourage, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing either.
I
So
mean,
you did a bad thing.
we kind of just told the front gate that he was a dwarf, and then his brain melted, and he just started yelling and made us go in.
I mean, he's not a dwarf.
Legally,
I
he
just
is.
wanted to give him an easy day. He seemed to have been having a long one. Poor guy up there, dealing with so many assholes. Customer service, right?
Collective shrugging.
Alright, you all
You are
seem-
a customer that is in the lunchroom during their lunch break going, man, customers, am I right?
Yeah, exactly.
How many are there?
I think you said 4.
No, that was just the 4 that piped up.
Ah,
In this room is a lot. But the people that have been mostly trying to help and that were okay with trying to help, there's 4 of them.
Aahana doesn't really understand how much of anything. He's gonna give each of them 4 coppers each.
What the fuck? You see, like, all 4 of them get up and be like, well, I'm gonna go get me a house. They leave.
Okay, so there was 4, so 4
That was
times
2.
4.
She pulls out her paper. 4 copper apiece is too much.
She doesn't. She has over 300 coppers, so she
You
doesn't.
see, like,
fucking
just
rich.
collective
understand it.
groaning from the rest of them that didn't help now.
And she's like, "Thank you all for your time. I'm so sorry for intruding. We're gonna go get an escort. Thank you."
So, do you guys heading back, or what are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah, we need someone to guide us, so we have to head back to that checkpoint.
I'm suddenly remembering the potential economics lessons Oswald was going to have to teach when we had the squirrel.
yeah.
As they're leaving, Aelin will just throw 6 copper over his shoulder and slam the door shut.
Oh my god,
No.
the fight that breaks out is ridiculous. As the door shuts, you felt the heat of fire.
Yeah.
You know what?
In other
I'm gonna give
news,
Aelin a
the-
high five for that.
In other news, the Seat of Dunes spontaneously burned down this week.
I'm sure these
It's
balls will
worth the money.
take a lot of elemental damage.
You know what? They're saying we need a guide, right?
Yes.
Why don't I just call Ruby? She's a feckin' noble.
You know what? Do it.
I don't know if she's allowed to be a guide, though, is she?
I mean,
She's
it's
a
worth
woman.
an ask.
So, would you call Ruby?
Yeah, you'll send the message.
What do you mean, the seat of Dune? I'm a woman.
I mean, that's just wrong, in all honesty. Just because you're a
No.
woman doesn't mean you don't wait, what, huh?
We rule the households. The men do the stupid politics bickering.
Baby, I just kind of need someone to show me around. We're
I
fucking
don't know
lost.
anything about that place, though.
Let's just go hire entourage.
I mean, I could ask my father.
No, you're all right. No, we'll find our way.
So, son, you want to learn about the seat of Dune? Well, you're about to learn the seat of my fist up your ass.
I love though I'm a woman. Well, you see, that's like going, hey, do you wanna come help me find stuff at Home Depot? I'm a girl. Oh, that's no, I mean, I let you men do the stupid building shit, and I just do the stuff at home. Oh, so you just genuinely don't want to be here and find it all stupid. Okay, got it.
So, okay.
I love
I'm
the
sorry,
one
now-
time that Aelin tries to be a feminist.
I love all of you guys, but I'm not spending a single second more than I have to with me future father-in-law. That understood? Agreed? Agreed?
What
Let's
about
go.
your mother-in-law?
I like her.
I don't think he'd survive a second with her.
That's why he likes her.
So as you get to the higher floor once again, like you go up the stairs a couple times, you hear a fucking outrageous uproar going on.
I want to see it.
Hope that's not because of the copper incident from me and Aelin.
Oh, that. Yeah.
No, but you hear a familiar voice amidst the roar.
Oh, God.
Even more curious.
A feminine voice screaming, "Yeah, I'm a woman. What you gonna do about it?" It's like, "Not, I'm not gonna fucking fuck." It just continues like just the
That's
fastest.
Day.
Day. That's Day.
In fact, in the distance, you see her beetle parked outside of a certain door.
We should give her some reinforcements.
Yep.
Did we ask her to come with?
No.
Nope.
It's kind of dumb.
Aahana just kind of like stops and looks at all of them as they leave. How did all of us not do that?
Because she was
She
trying...
wasn't there.
No, there's an actual reason. She was actually in the stables of the Adventurers Guild, and whenever I had my date, apparently she loves the deep dwarf kind of thing, and Dave was kind of avoiding her. It just didn't work out that way.
So you open the door to what could only be described as a battleground. There are tables drawn up on either side, like faces out but legs out too, to help with like keeping people away on either side. Trenches on behind those tables, of course. And you see literally, like on a fucking just a pile of chairs, Day with a gun, screaming at the dwarves hiding in the trenches, who have been they just randomly a fucking hand pops out and an axe goes flying or a fireball.
Aahana is just gonna start making her way to Day.
Yep.
Oh.
Day,
Dex
reinforcements.
on the other side.
Saving throw, everyone.
I was gonna say
Oswald walking on the
reinforcements and
wall.
jump into the fight.
Dex saving. Do I have my
Dex.
stuff on? Do we have Susie with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So, all you remember, you also get a +1 for my aura of protection.
And a +1 from Susie, so just add a +2 to your rolls.
Of course, Fenris. What the
Fucking
fuck?
dice.
24.
That's why we were getting into a fight. Damn it.
Luson, go with your +2. Nat 20 on the Luson.
Nice.
Is that everyone?
So 24.
Oh, wait, Lala. Keep forgetting I have a... Where is it?
Fenris trips, smacks his head into the ground, and
15.
he's unconscious.
Fenris, you take 2
Yep.
points of piercing damage as a dart is now sticking out of your shoulder.
Ah!
Alrighty.
It's like the first guy out, dude. Everyone else
The
diving
rest
to the
of
sides.
you are like dodging the shit that's flying, but as you guys are entering, they're all like stopping and staring at you. Just a bunch, the weirdest medley of random people now standing in the middle of this room. And then Day's just like up on the chairs, like fucking like doing the whole captain like pose up on the chair, gun cocked, smiling. What do you want?
We heard you yelling and thought we'd come see what's going on.
I'm just I'm just making these stupid men understand that, yes, the deep dwarves sent only me, and they're gonna have to be okay with it.
More reinforcements.
Oh, I don't need it.
Yeah, we just came to watch.
Well, then sit back and watch.
Crawl out of the trenches, start walking over.
Aahana just kind of like piles up at the bottom of all the chairs.
So, if you guys are willing, I'm gonna need Constitution saving throws to see how long it takes for you guys to pass the fuck out, because it's gonna take a while.
+2s.
Like you might
16.
say that you
Have
would
I?
never fall asleep amidst to the screaming of dwarves, but if you're tired enough, you will. What's up? I don't know what happened. I think Oswald's is the only one that
My
nods off.
highest roll today has been a 5. I'm just gonna refresh the page.
I feel that. At one point, I think Oswald did nothing but roll 1s for the longest time.
I rolled 8 1s in one session.
6 in a row.
I'm going to uninstall my internet browser, reinstall it, and then I'll come back.
The rest of you are like yawning.
I mean,
and
that's the
it's-
next step.
And it's 5 hours before things finally calm down and she's quote unquote accepted. Though they basically like tossed her like a wig beard to help.
It kind of suits it.
But eventually they're all filing out because there was basically a bell rang once again, and everyone got up and left. Except for Day's like now staying with you guys because she's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Aahana looks around to see if they're alone.
They're
You know
all-
what?
Aside
Actually,
from the guards in the corners.
she's like, I'm not gonna do this where anyone else can hear it. We're
Okay.
here to get someone out of the prison. The frost guy who nared the king.
She just starts laughing.
She didn't want the guards to hear, so she said it to her in that way.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna be breaking anyone out of jail.
Oh, I don't think we are either, but we can at least try and figure out a way to get him out. Hopefully through diplomatic means.
I mean, you'd have to start being diplomatic for that. And she points at fucking Wilk, and he's the only one that's got anything for that. And he,
Yeah.
no offense,
Oh, I'm not the best, I know that.
but you're a little bit of a wimp.
Well, fuck you too.
I just say it how it is.
I'm just being polite.
How many people did you fucking yell at on your way here to get what you wanted?
None, I'm not a jackass.
You're a wimp.
So you want me to yell at people more?
Well, you know, you said that the man downstairs wouldn't let you go down there. Did you try yelling at him and pushing your weight around?
No.
Because if you did, it would have worked.
Oh, I get it. He was tested to see if it was actually dwarf material.
No, more along the lines of, if he's actually a noble, he'll act like it.
Oh.
See, even the dwarves know nobles are assholes, so you have to be one.
Oh,
'Cause yes, you are outranking of the guards here. You are allowed down there.
that's
Ah.
fucking hilarious, and I'm pissed about it.
Go back and
So-
fight him.
Start throwing your weight around a bit. Or, you know, go see the queen.
Oh, we do know where they're at now, so that's one thing. If we can't do it
You guys just see
diplomatically,
Aahana smack her head a little bit and like, of course, the women take care of the house, so the queen would be like in charge of this place while everyone else did the politics. That makes a
Fair
lot more
enough.
sense. Where is the queen?
probably in the north in the inner keep, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can go there and hash out the whole prison thing, and if nothing works there, or unless we get a favor for the favor, we go downstairs and break the guy out.
Yeah, if I
Are we
I
gonna?
know where I'm going. I could probably get him out
Never
easily,
mind.
but I just don't know if he manages to get out, will they honor that, or will it be like, you get your ass back in there?
Pretty much.
I'm asking that today.
She just shrugs.
Watch it be as easy as me going down there, yelling at them, and just taking him with me.
Try it.
I don't think you outranked the king, and the king put him in there.
Exactly. But do you think the Firebeards give a shit about the king?
Yes.
He is the king. Alright, we're gonna head out, I guess, and head to the inner keep.
Go yell at the guy. Let's go yell at the guy so we can see where he is at least, and ask him, like, what he thinks we need to do.
We're presented
one
with
knows.
two paths.
Yeah.
Everyone else decides, since me and Oswald want to do two different things. I'm fine with either, but I feel like going to the Queen would just be the quickest, fastest route, so...
I mean, I feel like if we go to the Queen, we'll at least get some more information, the other side of the story, before dealing with him. As opposed to potentially having to go back and forth. Let's head to the Queen.
I'm understanding like 10% of what everyone's saying here. Let's just go do the Queen, hey?
So is that majority?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Fine.
So you guys, so date helps you because this is a little bit more of a labyrinth than you might think. But you do eventually make it to the courtyard and then the North Keep. And she's the reason you get into that part because she's higher ranking than... She can go and talk to the Queen whatever the fuck she wants. Because out of all of the rankings, she would be, let's see.
She's acting on the authority of both her father and her mother, which are heads of the Deep Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Because she's acting for the father, but the father can't be there, so she's also a matriarch.
She's
Double
technically
king.
acting Duchess right now.
Nice.
So, so,
She's Duke Duchess.
so, just walking through and with all of you in tow, like you see all of the dwarves she walks past just sort of like salute and like look away. And when she finally gets to where the Queen is, the Queen's having dinner. And so Day walks in, sits down, and serves herself some food, and the rest of you are just staring at the Queen, who's staring at Day and all of you with this like bright-eyed look of like, what?
Aahana's just gonna follow Day's example.
Same.
Same.
Yep.
The Queen, let me explain. The Queen is a crystal blood. No, crystal born. She has hair that looks to be spun from platinum. Her eyes are the brilliant shimmering color of diamond. She's very beautiful. She's on par with, if not more pretty than the prettiest elf you guys have seen.
Aahana's gonna just
Aw,
stay in
Aelin.
common. Why are all the dwarves so beautiful?
Aelin
And
just
in
hasn't moved
common,
from
the
the doorway.
Queen just chuckles. Clearly, you're not used to these types of dwarves, are you, dearie?
Laughs in English.
I'm coming for you.
She sort of like touches up her hair a bit, like a little puff up, and just like, the Crystalborn are known for their beauty.
Gonna lean over to Fenris and whisper, I guess we know that they don't share shampoo.
Now, might I ask why I have the honor of the Duchess of the Deep Dwarfs? They just like points at Wilk.
On my head.
And who might you be?
My name is Wilk Deep River. I am Baron. She's my cousin right there. She's helping me out a bit. We come bearing a request involving a certain prankster.
Oh, is
Don't
this about
bear
my
a
fucking
request.
husband?
And the imprisoned king. Or not king, but rather...
Oh, so someone's finally going to take him home? Alright, go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
She didn't go. Oswald just stood up and started walking.
Appreciated, ma'am.
Aahana stands up, looks back at her, and she goes, I'm really sorry if this is rude to ask, but is your hair actually platinum? Or is it just, does it just look like it?
Trade secret, Diddy.
Fair enough. It is very beautiful. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. I should have probably prefaced. They still have the wider faces and like stockier build, but like, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like someone with really
Aahana's
pretty
stocky.
clear
She
skin.
still thinks it's beautiful.
Dude, right?
I mean, to Aahana, these are just all the dwarves that she's met. She doesn't have the normal preconception of every dwarf looking like Gimli.
I mean, to be fair, the Firebeard dwarves are all pretty like dwarf-like, just the coloration's off.
Or just Gimli that survived a house fire.
The ones that are most dwarf-like are definitely like the Firebeards and the Earthborn.
Ahana's just walking around here going, why is everyone so pretty? All the time.
And then you see one of the male dwarves and you're like,
Oh, never mind.
We
It's
go to make our way downstairs.
Day stays back. He's like, you have fun, cousin!
Thanks.
So, you guys... I'm gonna guess, since you don't want to just traipse around their personal home, you go back to the outer courtyard
Well, yeah.
and head down from one of those stairways. Do you walk around like you don't know where you're going?
I start going straight down the stairs.
Alright, you don't get stopped. Eventually, though, you run out of stairs to go.
I do believe the servant said the last level was the prison, so...
Exactly. And above's armory and all that.
Ahana's gonna turn to Wilk. She's like, Wilk, the next guard we see. You turn to them, you ask them where whoever it is we're here to find.
Did you ever
If you remember
ask?
his name.
Did you ever ask?
You
Well,
tell
he's
them
supposed
to
to be
take
the-
us to him.
He's supposed to be the Duke of the Frost Dwarves, right?
Yes.
More importantly,
So yeah, the next guard.
Duke Frosthammer.
Yeah, the next guard you see, don't ask. Tell them, take me to Duke Frosthammer now.
Oh, I got this.
If you
Do you?
say, excuse me,
The dwarves in the corner, like the guard dwarves in the corners, are like staring at you fucks.
we're just there like, come on, man, you could be an asshole, do it.
How dare they?
Just imagine
Oh,
dead
yes,
puppies. Imagine
oh.
dwarves kicking puppies.
Hey, excuse
Oh,
me,
you
please
broke
stop kicking that puppy. Nerd!
Excuse
How
me,
do
what did
you-
that puppy ever do to you?
How do you open the doors?
Kick him open, foot key.
You kick open the door. Your foot takes 5 bludgeoning.
Work it.
The door flings open.
You have to roll performance now, not to limp.
I
Yeah,
wanna,
actually, performance.
Performance or deception?
Performance. Because you're.
I want to
going be
impose
performing.
my own bit of headcanon that all of the doors in the entire keep are designed to open both ways because so many dwarves love using foot key.
Basically, as the door swings open and like hits the wall on the inside, the dwarf that was sitting behind a desk in this room stands up and salutes.
Walk up.
Shit, he kicked the door. He must be important. Wait, who the fuck?
Wings just spaz out a little bit. I'm here to get Duke Frosthammer out.
Yes, sir. He like fumbles.
Faster!
Yeah. He drops the keys he had just found, picks them up, opens the door, leads you through, and then you guys start on a long walk to the Duke.
So what we're learning is anytime someone asks Wilk to prove he's a dwarf, instead of handing the papers over, he should just backhand them.
Yes.
Internal screaming.
15 minutes of walking passes before you finally find what can only be considered the world's most opulent jail cell. And as the dwarf is fumbling for the correct key, the Frostborn leader looks at you all, smiles, with this just big, bright old grin, a big, bushy frost beard. He's just eyes twinkling, and he misty steps out of the door. Finally! I've been waiting for weeks!
I
Duke
didn't just do that.
Frosthammer, we're here to pick you up, obviously.
Well, of course. Now let's go.
Right.
The guy like with the keys is just staring and like just.
What are you doing standing there? I'm expecting a carriage ride out.
He's gone.
I was gonna say, before you said anything, I was gonna say, Wilk, tell him to do his job and finish opening the door.
How mad is
Jesus.
my wife? How mad is my wife?
She's laughing her ass off.
God damn it! She's pissed. We need to go. I need to stop by the fucking market. I need to get her roses. Probably candy. He's already
You
walking.
know the way out? Okay.
He's
Hopefully
I'm
already
already
walking.
following him out.
Fenris, maybe you should try and get it down to by these dwarves.
Yeah? No.
So he's regaling you guys with the last few weeks he spent down here playing pranks on the Firebeard guards.
Those poor bastards.
Like, on regular occasions, he would just leave his jail cell to go and, like, attend one of the fucking, like, debates he was supposed to attend. And then the whole fucking place would go into lockdown because of it.
Jesus Christ.
So I did have this question, sir, if you don't mind answering.
Yeah.
If you had managed to break fully out, would they have just let you go? Or would they have just shut down the
No.
whole city?
That would have been war.
Oh, okay, it's a good thing.
Doesn't
we
mean
didn't-
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we didn't decide to break you out. I could have gotten you out, but then... bad.
I mean, they probably blame the outsiders, not my kind, so...
Oh yeah, no, we
Only war with the
it'd
surface.
be bad on us, then.
War were
And then the
declared.
deep doors would get dragged into it.
So, it takes you guys a solid 2 hours to get outside where there is a carriage.
Perfect.
You don't know how there's a carriage, but there's a carriage. And he's all like, "Oh hell yes! We're gonna go run over some dwarves." And he steps inside the carriage.
I like this man.
I
Can
step in with him.
Aahana fit in the carriage?
No, but they did order a secondary after seeing you. It just takes a minute to get there.
What are you doing? Why is she not being fed grapes while being traipsed around?
I don't want grapes.
I like grapes.
Give her some laurels to wear, for fuck's sake.
Actually, I have a question. How long exactly is this carriage ride gonna be?
A good couple hours.
Ahana's going to take Aelin with her, sit him down, be like, "We're gonna do shifts," and then she's gonna pass out because she's been up.
Yeah,
for
you guys
quite a
are all
while.
exhausted at the moment.
Oh, well, I was already at an exhaustion level. I've been
Yeah.
doing the disadvantages.
Oh, I know, you're at a second now, but you're finally sleeping for the first time. Good job.
Yeah, she just sits him down, goes, "Make sure we don't get killed," and then just head into it.
It is currently about 3 a.m. as he basically gets carted to the Zinch markets and picks up some things from the people who have to be called to come to their shops.
Oh god.
And then you guys arrive in the Frostborn. Let's see. Where's the? Is that it? Is this it? No, that's the wrong one.
Oh no, we're back at Rexus City. It was a nightmare dream all along, and we all failed our saves. We're still in the fight. Where's Fenris? He's dead.
There we go. The sun is coming up over the peaks of the mountain as you guys finally make it back to the Frostkeep.
That was fucking
Aelin had
fast.
fallen asleep on Aahana. There was drool on her shoulder.
She's still sleeping.
Oswald is sitting in their carriage. He's used size change tiny.
Remember
Sitting on
that
the
all of
ceiling.
you that had a point of exhaustion from before, you now have 2. Those of you that had none and are not sleeping have 1.
And I'm
I
guessing
had
you
none
recover
and
one from
am
passing
sleeping.
out.
Both of you do assume that I didn't black out after the coffee wore off the first time.
So those of you that passed out, he gets his servants to carry you all to rooms, and
Those poor servants.
yeah.
Right?
Half the house.
But
You
I'm
just
guessing-
see like 20 dwarves like just trying to get like cloth underneath Aahana to like pick her up or something. Like,
Is everyone asleep?
Sidestepping.
Everybody
yeah.
except Luson, who just traipses along. Susie's
Yeah.
Alright.
still blacked out from the fucking thing with Fenris, I'm
You
sure.
fall asleep to the sound of 80 dwarves going, "Hey!"
You're gonna fall asleep and stay asleep for about, I would say, a day. Would get you guys back out without any exhaustion. So it'll be the dawn of the day after the day that you get there.
Oh god.
Nice.
Yes.
How far away is this place from the main city?
About a week.
About 4 days, depending. Yeah, so close to the week.
Okay.
We don't have mounts.
Lufa doesn't know what the fuck's going on. She's been
Ufa has probably run towards this area, panicking, because this is the last important place you remembered that we went.
We'll go.
So it's up to you whether or not the
Would
guards will
she
let her
do
in.
that knowing that she'd missed her next shift?
She'd explain
Would she
like,
trust that you could handle yourself and would come pick her up?
I have to roll for that. The hell would that be?
I don't fucking
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
One day have at one point. I'm assuming Lufa has gone home at one point, and
She doesn't want to go home. There is no home.
no, I
for
meant
her.
like to the fucking
There's no
barracks.
home left.
All right, so she's never encountered.
She went in there. She went in there once to get her pot, and then she'd just been sleeping in a pile behind the shop.
So she stayed there.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm saying right now she's very fucking conflicted,
You know, I
but
bet.
she never went back to the fucking Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Would Dave ever gone by the shop?
The shop.
The noodle shop.
She's only been there once. So I don't know if she would know where to find Lufa.
I don't know. We've been gone a total of what, a week and 2 days?
You guys haven't been gone a week.
We've been gone for like 3 days right now.
I thought you
Yeah.
said it takes a week to get here from the city.
You guys had a carriage.
Yeah, we
Okay.
went a lot faster.
That's what I meant. I
Walking
thought you
is
meant.
slow.
I thought you meant it was a week by carriage over here.
No, it's a week
If it's
walk.
only been 2 days, then she's there still.
Okay.
Just becoming slightly more panicked.
So the morning of the day after the day you got there, you guys finally do wake up with like the worst, like sleepy, dry mouth hangover, like sort of like I should have eaten and drank water at some point, and also I need to pee.
Aahana wakes up, having just been dragged far enough to be inside the room.
No, they got you onto a bed. You're good. Remember, these beds are carved out of the stone of the floor.
I was just making a joke. Like, they got her all the way to the room. Like, oh god, this is good enough.
Aelin just pulls one of Lila's tentacles out of his mouth. How the hell did he get here?
There is that confusion, of course. What do you guys do?
I need
Pissing
water.
wherever they let me.
There's a bathroom, you know.
What the fuck's a bathroom? Use
Just
bathroom.
Aahana slowly
I
crawling
need a
out.
hydrant to pee on.
Water. She's like looking around for anyone.
There's pictures of water and stuff on the table in that common room area. Remember, you guys have been here before.
She grabs one entire pitcher, and she's just going to be slowly drinking it.
Alright.
Just shirtless, walks in. Only thing on his chest is the feather that him and Aahana have, and his 2 Slayer medallions. He just like wanders are like, ugh. Hey, don't drink it all.
There's
Hey,
more
you're looking
pictures.
kind of pudgy there, buddy.
Is there a bath in that bathroom, or is it just? A
Yeah,
toilet
you all
room?
have personal bathrooms in your rooms with the bath. It's carved into the floor, though.
Oswald fills up the bath, sits in it, and then uses the kelpie goop to just suck all the water in. He's super fucking thirsty.
Also looking for water.
Aahana holding her pitcher.
Finger up.
A servant that had scrambled away upon seeing you guys rouse scrambles in with a pitcher with more pitchers of water.
Wonderful.
Yeah, have any wine?
They scramble away.
I hope that's a yes.
When they return, they have a bottle.
Ha ha! Oh, you're my new favorite. You'll just sit and sip on that.
Because that's what you need after not drinking for 2 days.
Fruit juice.
Yes, it's got water in it.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, if we were to make the argument that the fruits it was made from had water in it, technically,
I have made wine. There's not any fucking water left in that shit.
Look, it's a liquid, okay?
A clearing of the throat from the doorway.
Ha!
Duchess Frosthammer would like to see you all when you are feeling up to it. Breakfast is served in 5, though.
Thumbs up.
puts down pitcher. Okay.
Guess I'll get dressed.
I'll get dressed before we leave.
Hana's going to try and bathe a little bit.
Not praying.
The
but
bath
I'm
is
good.
big enough, oddly enough.
No, more like just a time crunch type of deal.
Ah,
You can't bathe 27 feet effectively in a small time.
right.
And sink bath.
At that point, you just need to call servants in to help.
So breakfast is a nice assortment of crepes and a nice medley of different sort of like underground fruits you've never seen before.
Hana's going to slowly eat all the fruits she's never seen before.
They're all fucking delicious, aside from the one. There's one that looks like a pear that has like spines from a cactus on it. Very bitter.
What is the reaction to eating that? I want to ask.
That's what I'm figuring out.
I want to eat all of
If
the
it's a
bread.
2, she likes it. Okay. 2. She likes it.
All
I was hoping
of
you were
the
just going to be
bread.
like, takes a bite, blah! Because I was going to say cut to Oswald currently eating a bowl of them.
So no one eats the crepes.
Oh, I
No
eat
one
the
how to
crepes.
use the
I'm
crepe.
eating everything.
Can Susie eat a crepe?
Like Susie made her own fruit-filled crepe and is like just it's a tube and she's just eating it.
I'm gonna ask if they have any
Crepe
like
burrito.
old broken dishes for Rhea.
They blink and they tell you that you could just I guess have one of the plates.
Hand Rhea a plate.
Crunch, 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 the loudest
Wait,
crunching.
Put fruit on it. That's her crepe.
Yes.
She like a picky child picks the fruit off as she gets to it. Eventually, belly's filled and feeling refreshed, and like you've completed something. Congratulations! You are ushered into the queen, who has the king, who looks both abashed but still smiling.
Bow.
Upon seeing you, Wilk, he gets up, arms wide, he runs up, bear hugs you, lifts you off your feet, and is like, "You found me, girl!"
He is very confused as he's being lifted over, like, what?
My frost salamander.
Oh, sorry, it's been a long. I'm still waking up. I'm glad there's been enough surface, sir.
Now, and you hearing a clearing of the throat from behind him, he like immediately drops you and then gets back to his chair and like looks and sits down and goes quiet because like he's not supposed to be the one talking here. Anyway, apparently we owe you a great debt. What would you have of us?
We would like your mark of approval, your commendation to speak with the High King on terms of peace and, well, things I said the first visit.
Yeah, we've already had that written up. What else?
What else?
He won't shut up unless I give you something else.
Right. Did you show him the, sword?
Oh, I've already gotten things working on it. Don't worry about that. He's not the only one good at it. Sure, they seem to think that the men are always the good craftsmen, but I'm just as good. Like I said, though, if you wanted to go about getting the parts needed for this, It's going to be a long process of finding things you have never probably heard of, and we'd have to talk about that separately. So for now, let's talk about this.
Alright. I suppose the best thing to get that I would think of would be a monetary reward, but let me confer with my companions as well. Is there anything any of you can think of that would be a good idea?
Oh, you each get to ask for something.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
I'll take the monetary reward then. I can use that to purchase materials to help us further our goals.
You get a tin coin.
Look at it. Kind of like nibble on it to make sure it's real.
Oh, that's real.
How many bronze is this worth?
She just smiles. That depends entirely upon where you go.
Well, shit. Appreciated. This is the second time I've seen tin in my lifetime.
Here in the Dwarven area, though, it's about worth 100 bronze.
Even I know that's a lot.
Well, that'll get us everything that I think we'll need in that regard.
By the way, this is a tiny, like, it's smaller than a penny.
Yeah, it's
The smallest coin you've ever seen in your life. No, smaller than a dime, actually, but yes, the closest to dime in, like size.
Just imagine now one of those little Lego coins.
So we're all supposed to ask for something?
Yeah, next.
I guess. Aahana kind of looks down at her armor. Is there anything, like, you could do for my armor? Or even... I don't know what to ask for. Just better armor would be nice.
I mean, we could probably upgrade it a bit.
It
What were you
is
looking
just
for to
regular
have
plate.
it done?
I don't know.
Above game, you can ask for, like, an increase to AC, basically a +1 set of armor. Or if you want a certain resistance, if you want to see if you can't have the stealth, like, detriment removal. One of those, basically.
She'll take the +1, the AC increase.
Alright. They'll motion to have your armor taken away.
She will hand it over. She'll take it off and hand it over.
Next.
Aelin will just kind of nudge Fenris forward. Go ahead, buddy.
I haven't decided yet, so... All you.
Grab on Oswald. Go ahead, buddy.
Spins around to shove Aelin forward.
Back it.
Oswald. Yeah, I want an ability from the Frost Element.
Nah, I can get that on my own. I know what Oswald wants. I'm just trying to find specifics because I don't want to be like, what thing? What thing? You decide. Shit.
I suppose he'll take his longbow off. Kind of twirl it around a little. Do you think you could enchant this for me? Do a wee bit frost damage.
A frost damage, yeah, we can do that.
Hey. Ah, that's wonderful. He'll just toss it at the nearest servant. Just full force as well, like frisbee that shit.
They catch it. It's
Nice.
like, that happens a lot around here.
The irony is that Aelin would make the better dwarf.
That's why he hates them so much.
Yeah, see,
Who's
when I
next?
see the dwarves, they're a dark reflection of me soul. I guess I also would like an enchantment if you could.
On what?
He holds forward his staff.
What are you wanting?
For it to do force damage.
Instead of the base or as the addition?
In addition, if you could.
Alright. And next.
I can't really think of much, so I'll take a monetary reward as well.
Alright, you get a little, you don't, so you didn't help with the fucking Frost Salamander. The Frost Salamander named it his thing. But you will get 50 copper. Or, sorry, bronze.
Okay.
And,
Actually, put like half of that party fun.
Aahana, you get your armor back. It has now a +1 to its AC.
Noise.
Aelin, your bow now does a d4 additional frost damage, so make sure you... Do you guys need me to edit that for you, or...?
Good, thank you.
And on top of that, it now has a con save. If they fail the con save would be based on your spellcasting. I want to say your innate spellcasting, so I think it's int based.
Charisma.
Really? Alright. Then it would be your racial? That's charisma, really?
Let's just put the spellcasting set it. I might have changed that when I took Warlock, I'm not sure.
I think High Elves' innate spellcasting is int.
I can
I'll go with
double
int.
check. 5e.
Yeah, check it real quick. But you would just toggle like a con versus spell save, and you would just toggle that to int. I think if it is int.
High elf, it is intelligence. Ranger
Yeah.
is wisdom, and
No, I know,
warlock
high
is
elf.
charisma. Yeah, high elf
I
is
know.
int.
So, and then if they fail that save, they are basically have half their speed for a round. Basically frozen.
1 round. Thank you.
And Oswald,
Hmm.
you have a d4 of additional force damage.
Okay.
That should be everything. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Well, that carriage was really fast. It was faster than our mounts even. Could we take it back to the main city?
We had to pay such a high fine for that? No.
Fair.
Just fucking her husband with the world's craziest grin next to her the whole time.
Sorry, bapping the cat because he's like, blinds. Yes, what the blinds can go in.
So
tear
about
down.
this weapon of yours. What are you wanting to do with it? Like I said, I'll buy it off you. Else we can talk about getting it fixed together, and it's gonna be a thing.
Restoration.
So you do want to talk about that.
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna need a rather large list of things.
Alright, let
I'm
me
going
get
to
some
need you to
paperwork
write this
ready.
down.
God, all my things where notes are fucking overflowing.
That's why notepads and shit are a thing.
Alright.
I'm going to need at least 5 dragon steel bars.
Alright.
And when I say dragon steel, I mean fire dragon steel. So, red dragon.
And here I was thinking we were lucky to know there's an ancient white out there.
1 core of the abyss. If you don't know what that is, the clams on the ocean floor, the big ones, have a chance to have a pitch black pearl within. It's going to be about the size of your head.
So either something incredibly lucky at a local fishing village or I'm going diving.
Yeah. I'm going to need a sample of the essence of pure ice. And a sample of the essence of pure water. Where you get that, I don't know. We have legends. But this is a legendary weapon.
So incredibly potent sources of elemental magic. Is that what these are?
Sure. But no.
Okay.
And last but not least, you're gonna need to figure out who this might have been.
Right. Well, some of that might be useful from Inky, which is the familiar on it, in terms of who it was, but beyond that, I'm seeing a theme. Everything's down low. Red Dragon layers are deep, obviously an ocean floor, and an ice and water essence sample.
I'm to guess that he's probably some sort of ocean-dwelling species, and yes.
Definitely a bunch of those, be them shalekins or wavekin or even deep water kindred of some sort.
But without that, you can't fix this thing.
Fortunately, Irish could use a good swim, and I have ways to get around once we get to that point. Thank you for the list, ma'am.
I don't hold my breath. See you if we see you.
I do have one question in terms of these. How exactly does one make dragon steel? Is there a forge in the city that would have that skill?
Yeah, the crystal dwarves are the ones that are able to make some. We normally don't make fire, though. We haven't seen a fucking red dragon in a while. But the problem with that is that you need a so to make dragon steel, you needed that type of dragon to both give its blood to quench the steel and also use its breath to fire it. Which means, yes, if you need black dragon steel, you're gonna have a hard time getting that acid to make shit burn.
Alright, so we definitely need a ready and willing one for that.
Well, I mean, you could kill it and then pray. If you can get me the gland of the dragon, I might be able to produce the fire.
Hey, Aahana.
Yes.
Anaku.
I was actually going to ask you, Shay, above game.
Yeah.
Would I know anything about anything that's been listed? Because obviously I don't know, like, if Lamia are, like, really good history keepers or anything like that.
You've heard legends about the essences of the elements.
Could also make a history check too, I think.
Yeah, that'd be more of a history check.
Okay.
Nah, you just remember hearing, like, fairy tales as a kid about, like, the temples of the elements and shit. Nothing, like... It's just a kid's folktale.
Are you okay, Demo?
Huh? Yeah, I just stood up to stretch for a sec.
Okay.
In terms of Anaku, I know based off of what Oswald saw, he's healing, but there was another there with your resistance. Bazooka? Did they spend a lot of time together? Would she happen to know of any red dragons? I could ask Day, because they're usually that deep. They may have come across a few layers, but...
I don't know off the top of my head, but I could ask.
We might. But we might
mean,
save that for once we get some of the harder to get items.
You could also ask Sahira Za for any information. Sometimes she gives it, usually in riddles, but she'll give it.
True. Though I don't think she's going to be too fond of the depths when it comes to the fact that she is sky and air, and it's Doonthal we'd have to go through for the depths. And then I don't think that's going to work out.
A dragon still flies.
Oh, that reminds me. Weren't we supposed to ask them if they had any sort of, like, way to do the spirit bonding thing?
Sorry, you're going to have to remind me what the fuck spirit bonding is.
Points at Susie.
What about it?
Remember
For,
how you bound to her?
Oh, you're talking about the ritual to bind to an elemental. That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. There was a lot, apparently. Oh. Oswald reminded me of something. Aahana here might need to bind to an elemental spirit we've been looking for. This will actually be very useful in terms of the sword too, actually, if I think about it right. Do you have a place here that we can bind with?
I guess I could send you to my uncle.
How far?
Oh, just in the back.
3 years later.
You guys are shown out onto what can only be described as a campsite in the mountain. Behind this whole keep, basically back there, like up on a little like clearing, there's a tent and a fire pit. and a dwarf with a big smile.
Hello.
After
I'm
you,
here to be
Aahana.
bound to elemental.
You're a bit old, aren't you?
I mean, I guess by whose terms? How long do
Wilk,
dwarves live? I'm only 35. We live for like
you're a
a
fucking
millennia.
baby. Are you being okay? How much do you weigh?
Aahana just like stares off in the distance, and she's like, you can see her like tapping on her fingers, like she's doing math in her head. Like 2100 plus, somewhere around that.
You watch him as he melts down his cauldron and gets a couple more ingots and reshapes it with magic into a bigger cauldron.
Got to break my super-sized cauldron out for you.
Is a vegan.
And then he starts making up a fucking potion.
That's a shaman, isn't it?
You don't know.
By the way, so many mentions of dragons and being useful and reminding of the spirit thing, Oswald has now succumbed to his instincts and is vibrating while reading the book.
By the way, for the rest of you, Constitution saving throws. It's fucking cold.
I have cold resistance.
I have my cloak, which gives cold resistance.
Nice.
14.
Scoot away from him reshaping the thing, though, because I have fire
Aelin,
vulnerability.
it's fucking cold.
I just want to go home.
Aahana's gonna look
Fucking
back at him
tired
and
of this
like,
shit.
Aelin, I don't know if you really need to be here for this. You want to go back to the keep.
Slowly turns, starts dragging his feet through the snow, one at a time. He might be dead before he gets there.
I'm sure a servant's following after you to make sure you don't die.
So eventually the potion is brewed up and you are escorted into the tent, where he bids you to drink the potion down entirely,
Alright.
and then to basically just focus and to answer any questions truthfully. That will help.
Aahana like takes a breath, pinches her nose, and she shoots it.
You shoot that shit back. What's up?
Well, I'm wondering if I can do something.
What's up?
My, thaumaturgy rune, because no way in hell I can pronounce that.
Predestination one. Yeah.
Yeah. I can chill warm flavor a cubic foot of dead material. Can I warm a foot of Aelin's clothing?
You can do it to the air too, yeah. But like that's just a foot. He's like 5 feet tall.
Bold of you to assume I don't do it on. Well, you can also concentrate on 3 things, I think. So 3 feet. It helps me out sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could stop him and try to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and help him
Or at
out.
least keep
I
his
would
feet
suggest
warm as he
keeping
walks
his
back.
feet warm.
Yeah, feet and hands.
His face is still gonna be frozen.
Oh, that's fine.
Warm up all the snow around him.
I don't think wet and cold goes good together.
Sauna.
Alright, for the rest of you, calm your shit.
Shooting.
I think I have something somewhere for this. Probably not annoying me.
I have to ask, did it taste bad?
You're not sure how to... Have you ever had a flavor zone complex you're not sure?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like that.
Now she's busy trying to figure out what it tasted like. It kind of tasted like something I drank a few years back. What was the name of it?
Like I said, an expired ecto cooler.
So what happens initially is nothing. You watch as the dwarf sits down on the other side of the tent and just starts beating on a drum rhythmically. Just sort of like bopping to it. It's not bad. And then you feel it hit you like a Mack truck, because immediately what happens is your whole body seems to shudder, and suddenly you're surrounded with water. But this water also looks like licks of fire. And there's also other shit going on, like bubbles. And then you see the earth beneath you sort of crack open, and earth-like spiders crawl out. Like that part of everything seems a lot more real than the muted look of the dwarf that seems to be in slow-mo, bopping and beating a drum behind several different filters.
Aahana's going to try and touch the water fire looking stuff.
I mean, you swish your hand through it, and it feels like you're in the ocean, but there's no pressure, and you can breathe. It's also, but like at periodical times, it feels like it's too hot, but also not. It's very your body doesn't know how to handle it. It's a complex feeling. And while you're kind of just sort of dealing with that, a voice does start to speak up from the beyond. Something you can't see does whisper. What is it you desire?
I desire kill Silas. Try and save this world. But on a more personal level, I desire to help the rebellion, to make something of myself.
See, that's the goody two-shoe shit. That's not what I want. What do you really want? What do you need to get all that? Isn't it power? Do you not want power?
I want to become powerful, but I want it to be my own, if that makes sense. You just handed it. Is it really yours?
I mean, it's not really handing when you're working with something, am I right?
Yeah. It's not being handed power if you have to work with someone.
I like you. You're just dumb enough for me to handle. And with that, you snap out of it. And you can see in front of you. Fuck, do I have his picture? God, it's been so long. No!
I'm sure it's in there somewhere.
Technical difficulties. I was imagining we all see her shoot it back. She goes, "Ah, that's eyes glow." Hey, who you calling dumb?
Oh, he is here.
The boy.
Here comes the boy.
Hello, boy.
You see a little multicolored cuttlefish with big green eyes. And he points a little fucking tentacle at you and shouts, "Fool! Welcome. My name's Zach. How are you?"
Hi, Zach. I'm pretty sure I'm tripping balls.
Oh, you're not tripping balls. I got you out of the elemental plane. Your body wasn't having too much fun with that. That said, though, power, right? And also killing people. Let's do this.
Alrighty then.
Sounds like you know how this works, right? Or did I skip that part? Fuck.
Yeah, you
Damn
completely
it, Zach,
skipped.
you fucking skipped this part. I swear to God. He turns around and starts yelling at himself.
Hey, I don't think you have a lot of practice at this. It's fine.
He spins around. How dare you? I am Zach the Great. Thank you very much, chosen child of Duunthul. I am all-powerful and almighty. I am great at this.
You're great at being bound to people?
I mean, I chose this. You chose this too, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, isn't this the first time you've been bound to somebody?
That's a personal question.
Okay, my bad,
You
I
all
guess.
are hearing her argue with something in the tent, yes. The dwarf is just smiling.
I didn't mean to upset you. I'm very like hands up. She's like, I'm very sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I just meant, if you don't have a lot of practice being bound to somebody, it's not your fault that you accidentally skipped over something. We can just talk it out now.
Yeah, but what if you decide you don't want it anymore and I have nah. Let's not talk about it.
Okay. I mean,
Awesome.
I'm not
I'm
really
glad you
going to
agree.
decide not to do it. It's kind of an important thing that has to be done.
His eyes narrow at you, as if trying to figure out if you're actually being honest about that. No one's that. Maybe you're a little too nice. We'll have to get you out of that.
Plus,
Anyway, let's go! Don't we have things to do?
yep. She just starts
Why
walking
did you?
out.
Like, I could tell you were reaching for something like me. Why were you reaching? Just talking to him, and as they exit the flap, the rest of you see this tiny cuttlefish, and of course,
Is that them, Lila?
Oh, it worked.
Is that
Bye.
oh my god, they can see me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they all have elementals as well.
Don't you
Oh
remember
my
me?
god,
I'm...
Susie, what the fuck are you doing?
Hi. Starts laughing.
We'll talk later. He vanishes.
Aw.
That's a shame. I figured he'd like to see Rhea and Lila too.
I wanted to ask if he remembered me. Remember the guy that chose a pumpkin over him?
Best shit right there.
I still love that. It's like
Aahana
you
kind of
want
stops and
power.
goes.
Holds up pumpkin. I want this.
Aahana kind of stops and goes, "Oh, I kind of fumbled that one, didn't I? Shouldn't have asked." I forgot that happened.
I'm sure it's fine. He's part of you now. You die or he dies, the other one dies.
In your head, you hear him just getting angry at the fact that someone's telling you what he was supposed to tell you but didn't want to tell you anymore.
I mean, I already knew that. You guys told me that.
Yeah, but it has a different kind of weight whenever it's told to you, not about what could happen. At least in my experience, it does.
I guess. Aahana's sitting there like, this hasn't really affected me that much yet. Well, we'll just have to see where it goes.
I will say, though, now that you have Zach the Great, if you want to push yourself past your spell slots, you can, but at a cost. I mean, you could do that anyway, but instead of having to force it coming from yourself, you can instead, if Zach wishes that it's okay, drain it from Zach.
Alrighty.
Congratulations.
Oh. Aahana stops. She looks at Wilk specifically. She goes,
Yeah.
"Can I just think in my head and he hears me?"
I already hear everything you say. You don't understand.
If he wanted
My
to.
god, you've got some baggage in here, but not. Why are you okay with all this? You can just feel him rummaging around in your brain.
If he really wants to, he could dig really deep and get everything without having to ask a question. Susie
I mean,
tries
I don't
not
really
to do that.
hide anything.
It's the world's biggest, most dumbest open book, and I love it.
She kind of looks at Wilk. She's like, "I'm not as secretive about what messes me up as some people."
Fenris just like overhearing all this, just gonna kind of think to Rhea, do you like do any rummaging around in my head or?
You just watch as she turns to look at you, and then you know in your brain that do you really want to know the answer to that?
Kinda.
Only when she needs to.
Zach enters the violent
Sorry about
hatred
that.
of Silas area.
At least he's more upfront about things in that regard, as opposed to Susie, who had to inform me that people have fantasized about doing things to her mother. And for some reason, that was information I needed to know.
Who's Susie's mom again?
Fenris just
So
gonna
Hera's
shudder.
Vibrating
goddess.
stops. Book is lowered. What?
Aahana lifts up her fingers. She points one up. She goes, "First of all, you think I would have remembered that her mother is my whatever you want to call Scheherazade. I don't think
Creator.
she'd
Gods
no,
and goddesses don't
creator of the
exist.
Valkyrie. Yeah, she's like she created the Valkyries, so she's kind of like I don't know.
She actually created law and order in this world, and the air
Yeah.
and fire.
No, she meant like her boss. Like Scheherazade is like my boss. And two, why? Who would want to? Why? Who would want to sleep with Scheherazade?
From atop Wilk's head. Some people are fucked up, man.
Wilk's eyes look like that of a war veteran who has seen things happen.
I hear
Aahana
there's
in
some
her
people
head
that want
goes-
to do things like that to Garak too. And
Aahana in
that's
her
a
head
fucking
goes,
mountain.
Zach, does anyone want to sleep with your dad?
He has tentacles. What do you think?
Imagining late at night, Wilk. What is this? What is this magical thing you've put into my head? It says fur affinity. Oh, oh no, no.
90% of you have covered in fur.
I now have to accept the fact that if I ever get intimate with anyone ever, they're gonna have to, or at least eventually learn that Susie knows.
I mean, is that any different from like if you sleep with someone your friends will eventually know?
Yes, but it's different whenever I can literally just be intimate with myself. And everyone will definitely know.
Hey, Will.
Don't
Go
you mean
fuck yourself.
Susie will know?
Have you
Why
seen
would
the
we
mouth
all
on
know
her?
if you... You're telling me Susie would go around telling everyone you jerked off? I
Probably.
No, I wouldn't.
think you need a little bit more faith in Susie.
He's just angry. Now, can we get off this fucking mountain? It's cold.
I'm literally freezing my tail off. I don't
Okay.
think I can move my wings.
You guys head back into the keep, and if there is nothing further, you can start heading back into town.
While they're heading into town, Ahana's gonna ask Zach
Yep.
because they did it with Susie and Rhea. She's gonna be like, "Do you want a physical form in this realm?"
You mean to show off my fucking powers? Of course!
All right. She's gonna turn to Wilk. She's gonna be like, "How do I do the whole physical form for them thing?"
Me and Fenris purchased rings of Find Familiar to summon them in.
All right.
You have
Where
to
would I
choose.
go to purchase the ring?
Fenris is actually just gonna take his off and hand it to her. Just give it back.
I mean, it's bound to you, though.
Oh, can it not be, like...
You would have to unattune and then Rhea would poof
Yeah,
away.
yeah, can it not be, like, unattuned, reattuned to someone else, or...
Nah,
It's
'cause then
bound.
it's bound to you, yes.
Okay, okay.
Unattuned, then it stops working on Rhea, and Rhea goes back to not being physical.
Okay, then, we're gonna scratch that.
Understandable.
Zinch
How
marked
much
it.
were those rings?
Honest
Like-
to God,
They're about 50 copper.
I can do that.
anyone else needing to do anything?
Scritching Lila's head.
Adds commendation to collection.
I guess just kinda try and teach Rhea new words.
Of course.
Yep.
So,
Let's
for the
see.
4 days, what words do you want to try for?
Here, like as in over here.
Alright, roll your shit.
It's which one was
Intelligence
it?
check, and
My
I think-
intelligence and her wisdom.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll also say it is 6 our time, so if anyone needs to take a break during this, now's the time.
Yep.
Tea break.
Now's the time to take that break.
Oh, Rhea.
Oh wait, nope, that was intelligence. I clicked the wrong one. 18. So 14 and 18. So
Chill
here, there, and look. Intelligence. That's a big ol' 3.
Yeah, I know, but will she get it? She gets it.
Okay. And look.
She'll get that one
19
too.
and a 10.
She
Cool.
gets it. Awesome. So everyone take your break that you need to take. We'll be back in like 10.
Cool.
The demo's just one of those people where he took one of those things. If you get $10,000, but every time you leave your computer, you have to fight a horde of gerbils or something like that.
Yeah.
So whenever he moves, it just sounds of his computer fighting him. Ah, my headset got tangled in my shirt collar. I'll be back.
Doobity-boo.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How go?
What was Lila's parents' name?
Dunthulzul?
So not the one you just mentioned before, Dunthul.
No, that's Dunthulzul.
I thought so, yes.
Zach's her brother, yes, and she hasn't really responded yet. Yes,
I kind of made that connection.
Zach is the person that saved her because she was the old child that was almost eaten by her daddy.
Man, fucked up really attracts fucked up, huh?
Uh-huh.
He's going to torment her relentlessly.
Oh, you do that. We'll see what Zach do. He
Zach ain't gonna
overprotective.
do shit.
He overprotective of Lila. You want to get fucking pile drived by a small little, because he'll do it.
Cuttlefish.
Right now, he floaty blob with no... what's the word? Influence.
I mean, his influence is Aahana's influence.
Oh shit, yeah, Aahana can get him. Kinda forgot she could do things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I've missed these bagpipes.
You guys are kind of slowly getting to the end of the Dwarven arc.
Well, I need 2 commendations.
Let's speed that up.
What do you mean? I thought you only needed one more.
We don't officially have Firebeard yet,
Why not?
because we never explicitly asked for their commendation.
Oh! Well, that was your fucking fault.
Ah, God, I love rum. Let's see if the Twitch stream comes back up for me now. Yeah, seems to be working.
Ah.
So, Aelin,
Hey,
you think we can just walk into the fucking Firebear Keep and be like, yeah, we need a sigil, like a commendation, and just walk out?
I don't see why
Everyone
not.
else come
I'm
back
banging his
already?
daughter.
No, she's also gone for the moment.
We're just shooting some shit.
I have
mean-
now one of my favorite mixed drinks.
What is
Rum and more rum?
Nope. Honey Jack and my homemade jalapeno simple syrup.
Oof.
That sounds dirty. I love it.
It's fucking delicious.
Oh, motherfucker.
What happened?
What happened?
Or are you just describing titles you're hoping Aelin gets?
I mean, if that happens, then we're gonna have some real issues, because Ruby's probably gonna kill him.
I just coughed and it hurts.
Don't think Ruby will care.
Fair.
He's a charismatic guy. She might join in.
Oh, God.
I don't think that's because of his charisma.
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
I think that's
Funnily
more
enough,
to do with
and-
her libido.
Disturbingly enough, I think the only reason why she wouldn't agree to that is that she probably hates her parents.
Right?
I am back.
Not that they are her parents,
Welcome
but
back.
she's like, fuck you, old woman.
And Aelin's like, I might.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Aelin's
so
gonna
how
fuck Ruby's
Aelin-
mother.
How Aelin would get the title of motherfucker.
Oh, we're specifically talking about Ruby's mother. I thought it was just general statement.
You could take the Kakyoin route and just become the MILF hunter.
Done.
I still love how in the JoJo's fandom, like, he mentions one time that Jotaro's mom is hot, and everyone's like, he is obsessed with MILFs. Anytime any woman has any child, every cell in his body screams to just do every sexual act ever to them.
That
He's a
happens
chi-
in
he-
every single
He
fan base,
lives
and it's
and breathes MILFs.
so annoying.
Yeah. One character. I like pancakes. This character's molecular makeup is pancake batter.
Like, they did that with Tim Drake from the Batman.
Also,
Fucking, and he's like, he likes cereal, and they're like, he has every brand of cereal, and it's all he eats, that and coffee. And I'm like,
Sometimes
guys,
a man
calm
just wants a burrito.
it's also led to a lot of incredibly disappointing moments. Like, I'll watch, like, shows and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is the character that they've made, like, literal entire thousands of music videos dedicated to the joke of them liking Subject A, or some bullcrap like that. And I'll be like, that's the funny scene, cool. Never gets mentioned ever again. It's the one time.
Yep.
I'm like,
It's like,
okay.
this character, I've seen so many just like, I've seen fan fictions, I've seen fan art, I've seen music videos, I've seen stage plays of their love of all things soup. Cut to season 1, episode 3. Pretty good soup.
Yeah.
It's the only time it's ever mentioned, except for the reboot 2 years later, where they're like, I'm Soup Man, I love soup! I have no
like
character.
the Akatsuki. Like the fucking Akatsuki. It's like the it's like all the characters in that have their own entire separate fan base of fuck boys and fuck girls. And it's like,
To bring that up, I
why?
have to ask, does anyone know the fucking is the video I've seen of Itachi obsessively using his Sharingan to make the perfect sunny side up egg, is that real, or did someone fan animate that? Because I can't tell.
The what,
I
sorry?
think that's from a video game of an alternate universe, or it's from the Tsukiyomi episode.
Because there's a video I see of just Itachi trying to make a perfect sunny side up egg, which I can fucking do, but he's like constantly using his Sharingan to be like, a bit of dust fell onto it. I can't do that. Oh no, I sneezed and I'm able to track with the Sharingan the individual droplets of saliva that fell on it. Oh no, the yolk cracked.
Then
Sasuke comes down and there's just like 80 fucking plates of quote-unquote failed eggs all over the place.
The Sunny Side battle is an OVA that was released.
Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm Evolution.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that means it's not canon, but that's also absolutely hilarious.
And absolutely possible. It's not canon,
Sunny
but it's based
Side
off of things
battle.
that could have happened.
Oh, so when we have fucking Dragon Ball what ifs, it's like, what if Bardock survived the attack and went back in time and became the Super Saiyan? Over here, what if Itachi made breakfast?
Mangekyo Sharingan. Goku and Piccolo driving. Yay! Itachi. I'll literally go blind for this egg.
Now, here's the question. Would you be able to use Amaterasu to cook, or would it just set the pan on fire?
It would burn the pan, yeah. And then the oven.
Is there, like,
and then everything else.
Because you could, like, just Amaterasu the gas coming out of the oven, and there's a chance it wouldn't reach the burner. Was there, like, a point above it you could hold it where it would let off heat but not catch the thing on fire?
It'd be like trying to find the perfect spot to cook a turkey using thermite.
And?
Yes, it's probably possible, but every attempt that you make is going to destroy something.
And?
Yeah, the amount of dumb bullshit people would do, like, you know, if Amaterasu was a thing that people could actually use in real life, they'd be like, well, if you cook things with the smoke that comes off of wood, it makes a certain flavor. What if I try and smoke it using burning rocks from Amaterasu? What if I set this like metal on? What if I try and copper smoke it?
I don't need my eyes to go to Flavor Town.
Wow. That hurt to hear.
Why did you just... I just saw you saying something to... What did you say? Do you not know about Naruto at all?
God, no.
Okay, so there are things called Sharingan. It's the specialized. If you use them too much, you go blind. So one of the villains, who's the older brother of
So a
Sasuke...
Sharingan is like if having an Elder Scroll was an ability.
Yes, you get to do things like perfect... Basically, absolute perfect eyesight and other things. One of the things you do is Amaterasu, where you can look at something and set it on forever fire. Like, if you set something on fire with Amaterasu, it's black fire and will not go out ever.
And no one's just lit the world on fire yet?
I guess it runs out with your chakra or something like that, I don't know. Also, like I said, it's very hard. Only one fucking clan has it, and it's one of those things where in order to upgrade your Sharingan, you have to murder your friends.
Done.
Yep.
Fenris, what are you doing? I'm sorry, Wilk. I have to save the world. Fenris, no!
If I remember correctly, the Rinnegan is the fully upgraded version of it, right?
Rinnegan is a completely separate thing, but a person with a Sharingan can upgrade to it.
Yeah, and isn't that upgrade, like, kill enough people you care about?
Something else. You have to combine the not jutsus, but the chakra of, like, Ashura and Insura, which are two major characters that created jutsu to begin with.
The alien ancestors. Also, a weird thing about eyeballs in this world demo is they just kind of act like light bulbs. Like,
What?
if you kill someone that has this eye, you can just scoop your eye out and pop their eye in your socket, and it works.
There's a whole thing dedicated to a clan that has what's called the Byakugan, which is the brother eye to the Sharingan.
So...
And they have a whole thing,
kind of magnet marble things. Where
yes, like that.
Turn into got it.
So, like,
so they got those in their eye sockets.
Instead of absolute perfect vision, the Byakugan gives you, like, blind sight, like from D&D. So you don't
True
get
sight.
like, true sight, blind sight. You get radial vision as opposed to perfect frontal vision, and you also get to see things like see the energy flowing through people's bodies and shit.
And he knows fishnets.
So like, whenever a member of that clan dies, they have, like, it is #1 priority, retrieve their body, destroy their eyes so no one can get it.
And the sigil on, they'll put a sigil on like branch houses' heads to not only mark them as lesser, but also when they die, it immediately destroys their eyes.
It's also like a pain mark, so it's like you're out of line. Immense neurological pain.
Anyway, I think we're all here. Are we all here?
Is Shay here?
Yeah.
I'm here.
You've just been sitting here listening to us talk
Yes.
about the fuck
Yeah,
now.
yes.
All right.
So, you know how it goes. 5 days later, you make it back.
I
Yep.
did want to. I didn't want to interrupt you and Fenris before we went to break, but I did want to try and find everything I can about red dragons in my book during those 5 days.
All right, you know how it goes. Where's your wisdom save?
Wisdom, or is it intelligence?
I don't remember. Do you?
I
Wisdom.
think it was investigation.
I think it was a disadvantage though.
Because monsters.
No. Just no. You try, but you get sidetracked on a whole like spiel about the random underwater creatures,
Okay.
which are not helpful. Also, what about? See, now is when I would say that your Lufa gets a little anxious. It's been a while. Unless you
Yeah.
wanted to have word sent.
I guess I would have asked to have word sent. Yeah.
Okay, what did you want her to do?
Just continue on as normal until we get there. We'll meet
So
her at the
you
shop.
want her to stay sleeping outside the shop?
Yeah. If wherever she wants. Oswald does not know that she's sleeping outside the shop. He's just saying, "Hey, continue what you're doing. We're coming. Don't worry. We'll meet you at the noodle shop."
Okay.
Yeah, to be
Well-
fair, he doesn't know.
When you guys get to the noodle shop, the owner is glowering very angrily at Oswald the entire time.
Ah, great. What happened?
But
What kind of partner just leaves their fucking significant other to just sleep on the streets?
blink, 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 blink. 2 things. Not at all that relationship. Second, I thought she was going back to the guild.
Do you think she'd go back to that place?
Cut to piles of paper at after hours drinking with the boss, crying about everything.
You're lucky I had a spare room.
Sorry.
Aw, Lufa.
You better take better care of her, or I'm gonna know. He just like a father who's very disappointed in their daughter's choice of boyfriends. like fingers to eyes, points at you. Fingers to eyes, points at you. Vanishes into the back room,
Well,
and then Lufa bursts out.
safe to say, Lufa's made a friend.
Lufa bursts out. Lufa does not know any, like, the whole time that she was there, she would have been perfectly fine out on the street. She's like, "Oh, okay, he wants me to come in this room. I guess I'm scaring people away from the shop."
No,
She
he would've
doesn't
been-
know that
he
any of this
would've-
happened.
No. He would have told her, "You shouldn't be sleeping out here. Come. Why don't you tell me a little bit more while you're alone?" And asking her questions.
Oh, okay.
So she would have told him everything, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
So there you go. And he would have told her, "You deserve better." And even though she'd be like, "No, he's great, really honest. This has not happened before." And he's like, No.
Yeah, he's just like drunk halfway through his 5th keg of ale. "You deserve a better man as your husband." She's like, "What the fuck is a husband?"
He never said husband. And by the way, partner, he didn't mean anything sexual by it, I swear to
He
God.
said significant other, so I'm like,
You,
what?
is that not like your child?
No, your significant
No.
other, as far as I've ever heard, just refers
No,
to.
I know, but to him. And Dwarven culture, family is significant.
Hmm.
It's just how it is here. Sorry.
Mhm.
But yeah, Lufa's there.
How much money did she make?
About for the last week, she would have earned about 2 silver. Not bad.
Hey, Lufa, did you make much in tips?
Oh, if you want the tip.
Head cocked aside, she does not know what tips are.
Just
Oh.
answer a copper.
There's a jar.
If the chef explained them to her, she'd be like, "Oh, that's just a thing, right?"
Hello, sir. They
That is
keep leaving
enforced
things in
tip.
this jar. I do not understand what they. That's your tip, lass. Plant
You
those.
better be back tomorrow.
Pats top of Pumpkinhead to see that Stem is still there, confused why he's saying her tip is in the jar.
You give her the copper anyway because she's adorable and that was painful to watch. The whole
so I get-
child
he would-
thing.
He would have definitely said, like, I'm assuming the guy definitely would have said something about tips. So did she get tips?
Oh yeah, the tips would have been an additional 5 silver.
Oh, surprised people weren't just like that fucking thing's cooking my dinner. No.
She makes good food, motherfucker.
She make good food. Yes, every single one tastes like a home cooked meal.
We're gonna be getting approached now whenever we walk around with her by people going like, "Oh my god, I went there last week. It was amazing. You're so good."
We're just gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't recognize you without the apron on, sir."
What do you guys want to do now?
What time is it?
About 10 a.m.
Probably around dinner time.
10
No.
a.m.
Breakfast time. Let's get some noodles.
Who's having breakfast at 10 a.m.?
Me.
Who's awake at 10 a.m.?
Unfortunately,
That's
yes.
fair.
Me.
I'm
Yeah, I
waiting
could
because
go
my
for
shepherd
some
screams
noodles.
at me.
So you guys order noodles. Altogether,
Yep.
it'll be like a silver.
Ahana's gonna ask if she can have hers to go.
I also
Alright.
want an extra one to go as well.
All right.
Alright, fine
would
as
like
was,
an
I will
extra
too.
bowl.
Ahana's
Okay.
going.
2 silver.
Ahana's gonna ask Wilk if they got the fine familiar rings from the Zinch market.
We did indeed. I can show you to the guy. No, it might be his
Alright.
daughter running the stall again today.
As long as I can get a ring for Zach.
Yeah, I'd actually have some questions for Zach and Lila at this point in the future, if that's okay.
I can't
What
guarantee
about
he'll
Layla?
anything.
I had some questions eventually.
Why?
Out of nowhere, Zach is there. Oh, you want to learn more about the great, magnificent Zach?
feel
Does
like
his
this
voice
is
grind
more-
on anyone else?
He's going to ask questions about your father.
Well,
Why
I
does
have a
everyone
question.
fucking talk about him?
I have a question for the great and magnificent Zach.
Yeah, what's up?
Are you still upset about me choosing Lufa over you? Points at Lufa.
If I had the ability to cast magic right now, you would be a rabbit.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Eyes narrow. I'm gonna eat that rabbit.
well,
I would not recommend it.
actually, it wasn't about your father, but I was wondering if the great magnificent Zach had any idea about something interesting to help with.
Really
You
good
d-
idea to be humoring him.
Yes.
What do you? Why are you talking in riddles? What do you want?
Do you know anything about an essence of ice or water?
Or the heart of the sea. Or the void of the sea. Which one was it?
Well, we already know what the void of the sea is.
Well, then that
Yes,
was
but
go.
where to get it?
Right here somewhere.
Probably at the bottom of the sea.
She just like stares at Fenris,
Oh, there it is.
grabs her to go noodles, and starts leaving.
Mission accomplished. Fenris is just laughing.
The core of the abyss would come from a giant clam at the ocean floor, but I was more so curious about an essence of pure ice and pure water. If you had heard about the legends, I'd like to learn about them.
I mean, they're not legends.
Go on. You have my attention. Sips noodle.
Eyes narrow. What am I gonna get out of this?
What do you want? Oh, I actually, you know what? I'm helping foot the bill for your ring, if needed.
Oh, so I can finally punish the red one.
Yeah.
Good.
Ahana stops. Oh yeah, Oswald is also red. Starts going again. Stop. Why is he gonna attack Sharir? Oh, never mind.
Let's see. That much will get you. They exist. I may know the location, or at least the previous location to one of them. I might tell you when I feel like it, but don't you have something else to be working on right now?
Yeah, but it's always good to have an idea of the greater picture. I have a lot of things to work on, but my question's a question.
Let's just say neither are on this continent.
Noted. I figured
I
they're
love the
probably
idea
deep in
that
the
this
ocean also.
conversation is happening as the noodle guy has just given us the bill. Because no one spoke up to pay for anything.
Aahana already left.
It's just
I
She's
Yeah,
through a silver.
Aelin followed.
It comes
All
out
right.
of the party funds, Fenris.
Yep. Yeah, it did. I just did it.
We'll walk and
We
talk.
can walk and talk, okay.
Are they on my continent?
No.
Probably in the deep oceans, or the continent north of yours.
Could we get a core of the sea on my continent?
A core?
Core of the Abyss.
Core of
that's
the
just
Abyss.
deep ocean in
I
general.
mean, the ocean's not really a continent. But that's okay, you're still learning. He pats you on the face. You can't feel
I
it,
don't
but he's doing it.
mean that.
It's
I
okay.
meant,
It's okay. Shh.
could they be found around my continent so then some of the sea kindred that live around there might have them?
Your continent? No, it's surrounded by a fucking swamp. It's not deep enough. The north one, maybe. But honestly, if you want the biggins, you're gonna want to go into the middle of the ocean.
I mean, I am capable of doing some traveling into the ocean at one point if needed for that. And I'm sure there's still some villages standing in the oceans. It's a big place.
I mean, I don't know if y'all can handle the depths and the pressure, but sure. We can see how long it takes for you to pop.
Me and Fenris can if we prepare properly, the others maybe not.
I have
I
a
would
question that has
I would be
nothing
able
to
to
do with any of
see it.
this, because whatever.
Yeah.
Can you make me breathe in the water?
I mean, yeah, why?
Just curious. I honestly just wanted to know.
That's a basic spell. That's not bad at all.
Lila, can you do that?
She just looks at him with this look of like, are you fucking serious right now? Yes!
Never dawned on me to ask. And you've tried
No,
to drown me
really?
multiple times.
Well, who's
Well,
the
she's
dumb
not gonna let you
one?
breathe in the water if she's trying to drown you, Aelin.
Yeah,
That kind
That's
of
a-
defeats the purpose.
Look,
See,
that's some
she
fucking
gets it.
messed up suicide.
yeah, it is!
You're a real damaged individual, ain't you?
Have you seen
That
my
Also
father?
kind of
To the
points
kettle.
out. It also kind of points out that it wasn't attempted suicide because once you like started to go, she could just let you breathe. It's
No.
torture, not suicide, Aelin.
Don't use your logic on me.
It is a good thing we ended up with Lila. She's the one that warned us you were in hiding, Zach.
Well, yeah. My dad wants to eat me.
Yeah, apparently there's some bad things going
Apparently.
on there.
All I remember is it's something about you were in hiding and something about the Emerald Queen. What was that about? I feel like we
Don't
can't talk
fucking
about
know.
that in public though, so I will
Yeah.
just stop talking.
Yeah, that's just.
Yeah, that's one of the Death Pact things.
Would you like to speed run buying a ring?
Yes.
Okay. You get the ring. It takes you an hour to attune to it, so you can do that on the way back, I'm guessing.
How much was the ring? With the royalty discount, because I'm sure Wilk would have shown it off.
It would have been the 50 copper, yeah.
Okay. I'm too dumb to minus 50 from my copper.
Zach, your sheet is
Sweet.
overpowered. This is the level 20 version of you now.
Yeah, no.
I don't have his sheet prepared. The one I have is him at level 20, so no.
Level 20, Zach was a unit.
Yup.
Very tanky boy.
Yup. He's like a mix of warlock and wizard.
Hana's just gonna start asking him questions. So do you know why as Lamia, who are supposed to be children of Duanthal, how are we lawful while he's chaotic? Like, when did that happen?
You ever take a look at like a sibling that's doing better than you? Or is loved more than you and are like, I could do that too, and then decide to make something just as good but not?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Oh, so he made them out of jealousy and spite.
Yep.
That explains a lot about the
And
politics.
just like all children, we've probably disappointed him by being lawful.
Nah, you almost took over the world. That was great.
Debatable.
You performed exactly as he expected you to.
As far as I know, humans put a stop to that.
Yeah, we don't like humans though.
Humans are weird.
Fuck humans. They're not even from here.
They
Well, I
don't
mean, some of the
even
ones
go
born
here.
I'd argue, but
As you guys get back to the Adventurers Guild eventually, you do note that there is a lot more order. The place looks great from the outside. The stables is in full working order. There are actual dwarves working there. And there's quite a few animals stabled there too. And as you walk in, you see your new Adventurers Guild master, behind the desk talking to what looks to be several different groups of dwarves. The area where the people eat is filled with dwarves, like adventurer dwarves, like eating and getting thing and talking and shit like that. You even see a spattering here and there of Wiccan. The adventurers' board has been erected, and upon there is a spattering of things. Most of them look like they've been ripped down already. There's only a couple left. You see there's a mural on the side where on the outside of the wall that Aahana used to sleep against that is literally a mural to the current Dune throne in all his haired and bearded glory. And it's a bump in place.
Aahana's gonna look at the board.
I miss the old guild.
What are you looking for on the board?
She's just looking at whatever's left.
There's like a lost cat. There's a help for the farms, and a couple of like call to arms for the war front.
I mean, the last time we looked for a lost cat, it ended up being very important.
Let's take the lost cat.
I mean, we still have a lot of missions for the rest of the continents as a whole and here. I don't think we need any more, do you?
I don't know. Wilk, buddy. I've been gone for a while. I don't know what we have to do other than, establish trade routes.
Well, we finished quite a bit here. Most importantly, we need to finish getting accommodation. That's all one giant contract. We've got a few bounty issues here to deal with and locating a noble. We've also got a contract to the western continent at Razik. There's an issue with a folly there. Rather, they could use the help.
Huh. Alright, well,
As well
the
as
noble
the
is
first contract.
So, okay, so we have the one contract, the one large contract in the area, and then a smattering of others all over the place.
So it seems, as well as our main one back at Emelroth, if you recall.
Yeah.
Maybe if you really want to spend the time finding a lost cat.
Not really, I was joking.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Took you a second, didn't it?
Shut up.
Aahana is gonna read the
Never.
description. She can at least keep an eye out while they're traveling about.
So the cat is described as the hell spawn of a trog and a troll, but with a personality to boot. Does that help?
She's gonna keep it in mind.
I'm going to go to the desk and be like, hey, pick something up for you on the way back.
She flashes a smile at you. It's of course she's in her dwarven disguise.
Offers noodles to go.
Thank you, I was just about to have to go into lunch break.
Smile and a thumbs up. Looks like the place has been doing well.
Yeah, things started heating up real quick. And with that, she goes back to her conversation and tucks her lunch behind her.
Hana's going upstairs to check on her eggs.
You will find that your eggs are just fine in your bunk, although all of the other bunks have been taken. Everyone, all you guys have been smashed together in the center, though.
I'll go upstairs as well, because we do have to talk about our next course of action anyway.
By the way, since they were
there
the
are a
only
bunch
familiar
of
thing
people-
they saw, the 3 Eldrongo were like curled around the eggs, hissing at everyone that got near.
Okay.
That's why no
there a
one
bunch
tried to
of
claim the
people up
bunk.
there?
Yes.
There's like a couple of people sleeping scattered throughout the bunks, but like not a lot, and no one's just milling about out there.
Alright, let me pile up some paperwork, because the previous guild leader here was not handling the job correctly in terms of ranking. Make sure I mark down that we are paid properly, rewards were handled. Alright, got some things to turn in down there on our way back out, but what do you all think? Should we focus on making sure we officialize getting accommodation from the Firebeards? Should we go deal with the Copperbeards? Or should we find this Ulrich Firebeard, which seems to be from the direct clan itself and was not mentioned?
Let's go get the official commendation from the Firebeard before Aelin goes and cocks it all up. Smart.
I heard that!
You
I
were
would
meant
think
to.
finding Ulrich would be probably a good way to get the commendation, wouldn't it?
No. I lower my voice with her. So the contract was made by an exiled dwarf, a Miss Redbraid. She wants Ulrich, who she wants to elope with, which means this would mean that he'd be leaving the city. So for all we know, he's locked up somewhere.
All the more
It'd be
reason
something
for
we'd
us-
ask Aelin's booty call about.
All the more reason for us to get the commendation before we start. You know.
That is a decent point. What do you think? I'm thinking may as well just do that then.
Might as well. But we should have. Should we have Aelin present? Actually, I'm not sure. It would make sense, but at the same
Aelin, are you
time.
there?
Kind of just stood at the doorway looking at the dwarf that has taken his bunk. He's debating
Stuff-
flipping him out.
Stuff has been moved, sir.
Well, the thing with Aelin is, it would look good on him if he keeps his shit together, and it apparently, considering our encounter at the Seat of Doom, it would look good on him if he loses his shit. Everything in consideration otherwise, he thinks for a minute. Aelin is technically second in line to the throne of the human city.
I forgot about that.
It might be good to keep his face in politics, even if we don't like that.
That's a horrifying suggestion, but I can't disagree.
My plan for world domination could be... I'm speaking too much, never mind.
What's
It's
domination?
okay, Aelin. You
Just
always
Lila
speak too much.
Aahana just looks at Aelin and's like, you wouldn't want the pressure of world domination.
Oh, of course I would. I'd have minions to do all the work for me.
You can
Now,
barely take care
just-
of yourself.
Go ahead and give me a moment. Gonna go over to the guy that's taken his bunk. And just prop his sword up against his forehead.
I mean, as
Where's
far
me
as-
shit?
The guy's eyes open. He stares up at you, looks confused. It's like, how fucking his bunk was empty.
It wasn't when I left. Where's me
Wilk.
shit?
You see Aelin's bag right next to you on the bunk that's right next to yours.
Aelin, your stuff's over here.
Oh. You lean down, kiss the guy on the forehead. Sweet dreams.
The fuck? Rolls over, snores.
You're
Jesus
still
Christ.
dreaming. Go back to sleep.
He'll plop down with the others. So you're wanting me in politics? That's not your brightest
No.
idea.
we don't want you in politics, but we're not sure if there are other choices.
We just want you to act nice during politics.
I could do that.
Because keep in
I
mind,
think I could do that.
as head of your house, whether you name someone to take over the reins or not during, the only other person ahead of your household is the Emerald household. And we haven't heard anything about that household except for the queen, of which the city's basically namesake comes from, in terms of house, Lady Emerald herself. We don't know if she has any heirs, we don't know if she has anybody else with her, we don't know exactly how old she is. All we seem to know is she really enjoys using magic for whatever means. For all we know, immortality. So if she ends up being a problem and is axed, you would be acting king.
Just casual conversation about regicide in the communal bunkhouse. Nothing to hear here.
That being
I'm not sure
said-
these short fucks give a damn.
That being said, in accordance with your household plans... By the way, this is all still being talked about within our little group.
Uh-huh.
We know for a fact, at the very least, a parliament seems to be a plan in the making. You can thank your sister for that.
It's a damn shame. Although, speaking of her, you know how she can do that thing that she did, where we didn't know she was her before we met her?
Yes.
Yes.
Could she not just do that and appear to be me, and do all of the politics for me?
She's already...
Or is that not how that works?
You think she hasn't?
Exactly.
Huh. I'll have to thank her for that.
She's been doing it for your entire extended family, technically. I walked into
really.
a closet of mannequins. It was terrifying.
She was until they all tragically died one by one.
It was all at once, actually, but okay.
Oh, all at once. Well, I thought she pretended to be them and then killed them off one by one.
No, when her power awoken and she accidentally summoned the avatar of Wrath itself, he killed everyone.
No, we're
Yeah, I
talking
thought-
about after that.
No, there was no one else after that.
Yes, she was
Yeah, I thought
pretending
she
for
was
them to still
pretending
be
to be
around.
everyone.
Yeah, she was pretending to be everyone because how is she going to explain that this 7-year-old
Yeah.
child, all of her parents and family members and servants are dead?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we were
that's what I
talking
meant.
about.
She
I
never
meant
killed anyone.
I know.
Shay, let me explain what I said. She was pretending to be them, and they all quote unquote died one by one, as in she pretended to be other family members saying, "Oh, that member of the family died. Oh, that member of the family died," until she didn't have to pretend to be anybody, except for her brother.
Yes and no. It was a lot different than that. And that is definitely not the way it went.
Okay.
There wasn't a big family to begin with, and okay, no, there's just no. Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Is she still in the city?
Fuck if I know.
I owe her a hug. And a drink. So what are we doing?
You're more than a ring.
I owe her what I owe her. You shut your mouth.
Yeah, you've known me long enough to know that's not fucking happening.
So,
Aye.
as far as I know, we've kind of learned a lesson with the Frost Dwarves. Mention to Ruby that we want to make an appointment to stop by the keep and ask for a commendation, and do any task that coincides with having to do that.
Rubbing his ring. I'm sorry, that was in my mind. Baby, I want to speak to your daddy.
Jesus
What
Christ.
about?
What about? Oh, hi. Commendation.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna really accept giving you one unless you get married to me.
Baby, I've got a question for you.
What?
It's probably better done in person. I'll come see you soon.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
You
so
know
I
I
need to
don't
get married.
accept any rings that aren't larger than my finger.
He's just kind of pausing, lips open. He's not going to respond. You look at everyone else, just... Alright, we need to go shopping? But that one's sorted, that's fine.
What's fine? What?
Don't question it. Don't question it.
No,
Don't make
we
me have
need-
doubts.
No. we need to question.
Aelin, we do need to question.
I propose she'll say yes, we'll get the commendation. Happily ever after.
You're in the process of courting. You've already proposed. You need to keep courting until she accepts.
Right, so she needs a really, really big ring.
Alright, we'll get a really big ring then.
See, that's what I said. Shopping. Aahana's on my side. Why can't you all support me like Aahana does?
I'm for it.
Because the only problem you've pretty well solved was the one caused by your own private parts.
Ah, but you see, they make problems, they fix problems. Now, next problem.
Please don't put them in anything else.
I guess we need to go somewhere to get a big ring.
Kill them.
Who are the best craftsmen? The area.
That'd be the crystal dwarves.
Well,
What time is it?
I would say it'd be in the evening.
it's about a 2-hour walk from the noodle place, yeah? No. Yeah?
And that's about a 3-hour walk to the noodle place.
It'd be the rest of our day to
Okay,
get
so
there
it'd be
and
about
back.
1 o'clock, because we got to the noodle place at 10.
Yeah, it's about 1 right now, so this is about to be an 8-hour adventure. Take us about the 3 or so to get there, however long for shopping, and 3 back.
How do the dwarves do it?
They
We
register.
probably
their
don't have to
mounts.
walk across the entire area every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take the risk and go into the fire markets or the stone markets, but especially considering the crystal dwarf markets are in direct competition with the fire.
Would it be smart to get a crystal ring for proposing to the flame?
She's kind of rebellious from her taste in companions. Looks dead at Aelin.
Wait, should we go to
either she'll love it or she'll not care.
Should we go back to the Frost Dwarves, ask to take an airship over to Emerald and get her a ring there?
Huh. It's not a bad idea.
Kind of is.
Then why did you suggest it?
Because most of my ideas are bad.
It's also
What's your other
nearing the middle.
idea?
Well, we're nearing the end of fall. The winter's really getting in here. Might take time to get an airship, is what I'm saying.
I mean, Aelin could just send a letter to his sister to send a massive ring.
Or we can just go to the markets and try and find one. Crazy idea, I know, but I think it just might work.
Honestly, I was just gonna get her a really big ruby. You know, because her name's Ruby.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea.
Fuck it.
I have some good ideas.
Let's make it to the flame market, and we'll get something big for her.
I already had something big for her, but hey, I'll go with a fucking rock.
Well, she's a dwarf. That doesn't count.
Oh, wow.
So are you
Well
all heading to the
turned
flame
for him.
market?
Vicious mockery. Go.
Yeah, I guess we're going to the flame market.
Okay.
With a pep in his step.
His shoulders held low after fucking Wilk absolutely destroying him. Holy shit.
I'm a flame Valkyrie. It's what I do. I burn, baby.
Wow.
Just like Aelin's pee the next morning.
And I'm a Oh, God.
I had a mouthful of rum. Thank you.
See, the goal for today is make Hatter choke.
That's right. Just.
Oh, are we moving on to the choking jokes now, or?
I'm composed.
I'm not.
So you make it to the market. There is, of course, all sorts of goods being sold, but the ones that catch your eye are definitely the jewelry, among other things. And while there, and you're looking for a ruby that is big enough, there's not really anything too impressive.
Just
You
gonna
do find a tiara, though, set with a fucking ruby about the size of your thumb.
look at his thumb and from memory be like, I mean, a tiara is bigger than her finger.
From
Kind of like a
memory.
ring.
Did you
Also,
need
you're
to
needing
recall
me
that
to
with your
reset
memory?
this gem into something a little bit different, right?
Hey,
Let's see. He strokes his beard.
You want something that will go from the knuckle of the finger all the way to mid-joint. Giant ring for a
So we're talking hand decoration.
massive.
What about a clawed gauntlet set with rubies?
oh, that'd be
sounds
feckin'
awesome.
perfect.
Alright.
You
This
have to
might
get her
take me
angry
a
after giving it
bit,
to her.
but I should have it done by tomorrow sometime.
He's also gonna write down the elven word for love. Be like, can you engrave that in it?
The fuck kind of hog? What language is this?
I'll cut your throat from your
It's-
tongue.
It's Elvish for fuck you.
Alright.
He will not argue.
Altogether, that should come to about 4 copper.
Is that all? Here's 5. Do it quicker.
Alright, you can pick it up tonight.
I hope and pray he doesn't look at it, gives it to her, and she's like, Aelin, why the fuck did you get me a gauntlet that has the elven word for beef stroganoff on it?
Oh no, the squiggle's supposed to go on the other side.
Fucking
The
looking
direction
around,
of
looking myself now.
the direction of the comma determines whether it's love or beef stroganoff. Elven is a very mysterious language.
I'm looking for joke gift shops.
A joke gift shop?
Yeah, something that.
Here,
Yeah,
there's nothing.
I want to ask.
an exploding
Um,
cigar.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I was
Yes,
asking.
Aahana?
Is there anything like maybe not just maybe not makeup, but like something where I could buy almost decorative dust, like metal dust?
I mean, yeah, you could buy all sorts of powders, like including powders ground from like gems and shit like that. What are you looking for?
Hana wants to get some very pretty glittery dust that could show up on orange very well.
On orange. Are you looking
Yeah.
to accent, hide, or like bring out?
Accent.
So someone's really eager to sell you a bag of like ruby dust.
Is Lufa with us?
Depends. Does she have to leave to go to her shift?
Her shift is in the morning.
Then what time is it right now?
Like 4.
4, 5.
Oh, she's coming back from her shift then.
Oh, she came with you guys. Remember?
Oh, alright.
So her shift was over when you guys got to the noodle shop. She has the morning shift.
Ahana
right, I
is
forgot we did.
showing her the dust and asking her to choose one she likes.
Head tilts because she has no color vision.
Very true.
You've seen Avatar. She has Toph's vision. She can tell what things are shaped like. She doesn't know color is a thing. That's why she was so like weirded out by what you guys were doing at the salon. She's like, they're just having them smack their faces with like brushes. Can you do that to me? And she didn't know they put makeup on her.
Ahana's then gonna ask Oswald what he thinks would look the nicest. Okay. She's gonna show him. She's like, okay, look. I'm thinking if we try, because Lufa doesn't like the way people react to her that much. Maybe if we try and like decorate her in a way, kind of like they do like a vase or something, beautiful swirls and whatnot.
Like a candy skull.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe, you know, If you're like, if you go, oh, that's a pumpkin,
No.
and you go, oh, that's pretty.
Well, in I'm trying to figure out the way to say this that wouldn't be insulting to Lufa, but it's not like she's just a jack-o'-lantern with one of those goofy smiles with a single square tooth. She has demonic glowing blue eyes and like giant fangs. It's not just as simple as throw some glitter on her and she looks good. Now it's just a murder monster with glitter on it.
We
Yeah,
need
but sometimes that'll soften the blow.
obviously we need a ring of alter self.
I don't think that would work on her. Alter self is meant for like organic beings, and she's
Elemental.
soul elemental. Yeah, maybe a mask.
A ring of minor illusion.
But she doesn't know what that she doesn't see like actual colors or anything. She just sees shapes, so she doesn't really comprehend all of this. She just knows people freak out at her.
I mean, if you want to do the mask, then we can get a mask and see how that works. But I was just trying to get something so that
Scribble,
you know,
scribble, scribble, scribble. What is mask?
it's something that covers a face.
Yeah, sort of like what we do when we go into bad areas, but that's just to filter out things. It would cover your appearance.
She did that with the drawing she did of your mom.
Yeah, she has not made the connection. Until it, like, her eyes flare up for a second, the Harvest Watcher equivalent of ding, and realizes, oh yeah, that. She thumbs up.
I'm gonna go find a bookstore. Is it better?
Why?
Is there anywhere around us that's selling masks?
Not at the flame market. Maybe the crystal. I don't know.
Would the ice dwarves have masks?
It's a ways away, but maybe.
Well, I guess we'll keep an eye out.
Oh god, I forgot. I need to. This is a reminder of what she looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hug me. I make soup.
Father.
I have made soup for you.
Why don't they
Aahana,
love me?
What color glitter do you think would go well with my eyes?
Am I a real boy, Papa?
Well, I mean, people decorate statues all the time, and it
Misgender
works.
me. Don't misgender me, Aelin.
Aelin is just running.
My pronouns are she, her.
Do I find any bookstores or
In
anything?
the flame market?
Yeah.
Nah, but crystal market, you can see some books over there.
I shall go there then.
They can't read.
What kind of books are you looking for? Well,
Books about the separate dwarven clans and the histories of them.
Politics for babies.
dwarves and
big dumb
you.
babies.
That seems
Hey,
basic.
Dwarves and you, a in-depth guide on all dwarven the kind within the Mountain of Dune.
Interesting. I'm gonna look for some more in depth separately of the subspecies of dwarves.
You find one just as punny for each of the subspecies, including the deep dwarves. Are they real?
Perfect. I get all of them.
That'll probably be like
A whole ass copper.
a silver.
Fenris is also
Well, I'll
going
break a
to
copper.
look around for books, or rather, a book on teaching language.
You find one, but it's for dwarven. But it's still like a comprehensive guide how to teach language.
That's fine because I speak Dwarven, so
Okay,
I
cool.
can, instead of teaching Dwarven, I can just use Common instead.
That'll be about
Fundamental principle still applies.
That'll be 2 gold.
Cool.
Unless the structure of the language and sentence structure is completely different, but whatever.
And for those of you looking for masks,
I'm teaching to speak, not read or write.
Anyway. What were you saying, Shay?
Well, okay, so the Crystal Dwarven Market has masks. They're not full face ones. They're like ball masks you put over your eyes.
Oh. Do any of them know where we could find full face masks?
Or could they make one?
I mean, I guess you could try to commission one. What are you
I
looking
don't know
for?
what the hell we would. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I was expecting to have to like choose a mask pre-made and make her one later.
And you two can talk about it since you wanna. Since she was the one that initiated it.
What do you think would look good on her, Aahana? I'm not. Leans over, hand on side of mouth. I'm not very good at this stuff.
I mean, we could just try like a serene face.
That would kind of look weird, though, wouldn't it? I mean, she really liked using that picture of my mom to indicate stuff. Maybe just try and find something. That's the right word. Nice and what was the word? I'm not good at this.
Matronly,
What's that?
motherly.
There you that.
So a serene face?
Well, not just. What do you mean by serene? Do you mean just completely neutral?
Okay. Like slightly smiling maybe, and just plain eyes that we could fill in later.
Oswald, why don't you just draw a nice face, and we can commission that face be turned into a mask.
Thinking of that, because here's the thing. How many people do you think I've drawn?
I mean, you've drawn us a bit.
Define people.
What do you
Alright.
think I've drawn more of?
Excuse me.
I thought
What
we were
if-
having this discussion
what if-
at the shop, sorry.
What if? She points at the Harvest Watcher. We just do a pumpkin that is not scary,
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
That would work.
like a carved gourd, and then she just like she pulls out a piece of paper, draws on like a silly like sort of like happy like one derpy tooth out, sort of like jack-o'-lantern carving, and just look and like this.
Get it regal looking clothes. Get her out of rags. Get her some armor. Let's fucking enchant this bitch up.
She has regal. She took clothes from Aelin's house. She has fancy clothes on.
Yeah, she did do
Oh
that.
yeah.
I do like the armor idea, though.
She shrugs. She's harder than all of us.
So this would work.
I think. Yeah.
She takes a moment, like pulls out some colored pencils and tries to get the like color match properly for the gourd.
She can't really see things on paper very well. Once you're done color matching it, I think you can cut the shape out so she can see it properly.
Sure. Takes her a minute, but she does get the color basically spot on, and then she takes some scissors and cuts it out and holds it up.
Lufa just kind of like idly taps one of her legs on the ground to see it, and she like tilts her head the other way, and then just gives a thumbs up.
All right. Are we wanting like a full like hood thing, or just like something and then we can strap and tie it in the back?
Full hood would
a
probably
whole
be
hood
better.
thing, yeah, to go well with her hat she already has. She still has that big wide hat with the pumpkin patch on it.
Are we
Well-
wanting glittery? We can do some sequins.
She leans over to Aahana. Scribble, scribble. What's that?
It means shiny.
I think I can
Sparkly.
liken it kind
Taps
of like
again.
your scaly friend here, Scales, but shiny. Reflects light.
Looks pretty. Thumbs up.
Alright. You want any like feathers or anything else? Flowers?
When they say feathers, she thinks for a second and then points to Oswald.
Yes.
Like points again, like those.
Oh, okay. I could do a feather ground. Fuck it. I mean, altogether, this will probably be about a silver.
She reaches into her own coin purse and pulls out a silver.
Ah, thank you very much. I should be done by tomorrow sometime.
Lufa's character development is why I play this game.
What the fuck?
Fuck all of you, I'm here for Gord.
She is the main character.
I know she's Adrian's favorite child.
You didn't have to go there, man. Man, I just want to be
There you
loved.
go. Any guys? Any other shopping you guys need?
No, not really. I mean, mulling the idea in my head mulling over the idea in my head of Oswald also getting a mask, but no.
Oh, you know what? I had an idea. We've been meaning on fixing a certain breathing issue if we ever deal with it. We should keep an eye open for any shops selling, well, probably be in Zinch Market because more magical, are pretty smelling perfumed masks. Well, first off, they don't smell that nice anymore, but ways to deal with air issues, be it pollen or spores or general airborne poisons, let alone just
Points
smell.
back to mask store we just left.
That's a different mask store, isn't it?
Hey,
I
those are for
guess.
fancy dress.
Also, you went and got, like, masks? Sorry, I got distracted with the books.
He's carrying an armful of books.
Yeah, Lufa got a mask.
Oh, it looks nice.
She hasn't gotten it.
See, I made it funny, too.
I made it funny.
Lila slaps you over the back of the head, hun.
Susie's disappointed in me. Alright, anyway, yeah. Maybe I'll take a look too while we're waiting on the giant ring thing.
The giant ring thing's gonna be several hours.
Well, yeah, but several hours to walk back and forth.
We can kill many hours in.
Alright, how do you guys want to kill the next few hours?
I do like Wilk's idea of trying to find, like, gas masks.
So you want to go back to the poor lady and try to commission gas masks?
Yeah.
Probably just want plague doctor kind of mask.
So whatever will filter out airborne bad times.
The first thing the lady's gonna look at you and she's gonna be like, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a magician. I can layer cloth. I don't know how good that'll be, but I can do it.
How about we do this? Let's just get some basic masks from her. Let's just. I don't want to. I'm sorry. I don't want to try and talk like you're not here. We should all just try and get some masks from her, and then get someone else to put breathing apparatuses on them.
That could work.
So you want just plain mouth cloth?
I'll go for a face covering thing. Does she have any examples around where are they all just the eye masks?
Two giant wolf people, bird girl, normal snake lady face, and elf all approach.
It looks like she did ball masks.
He's gonna find the one that looks the most like a Zorro mask and take that one.
You take a very plain mask. It costs you about fucking 5 gold.
You will happily pay that.
Even has a little, like, doodad of feathers off to the one corner of the eye.
He's gonna pick those off.
Oh, alright then.
Yeah, I think this trick will be a
She just watches this as he destroys the mask she just bought from her, and she's just like, well, one, I haven't really done lower masks much. I'll do my best. How does one cover? And then she just gestures to the beak.
Oh, you would just I have not made a mask before either. I guess you would just get a large cavity that's roughly the same shape and just enough for me to move my beak up and down.
You have to move it too?
Somewhat.
She just you can see her visibly sweating.
Okay. Do you have anyone you recommend that is better with weird masks? I don't want to try and overload you with all this.
You're in a dwarven city. No.
No one likes weird things in dwarven cities?
What do you mean?
No, they really don't.
I think she means more like there's probably not a lot of people around here making masks for beat.
Or muzzles. She points at the dog.
Maybe we should just take a day trip back to Emerald then.
Definitely eventually.
Oh, sorry, we didn't mean to bother you.
It's not to bother. I don't even know how to start, considering you have to move it up and down to talk.
Do you think it'd be funny if I bought a mask of a dwarf and wore it? You know, like at the front of my muzzle.
What?
I think that would be very offensive, and we should not bother her anymore.
Fair enough.
I agree with Oswald.
It's like, I don't... she's still mulling it over as you guys start to walk away. And you hear her muttering like if I try to make it loose enough to talk, then it won't be airtight. Since they're wanting to do it for that, I don't. It's like, how did this
Flashbacks to the first ever space campaign with my fucking snake boy and having to find a way to get that covered up by a spacesuit. God damn.
Well, what should we do?
Oh, it is late in the day. Let's see what they have to eat.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. So, flame market or crystal market?
I'm going crystal. I don't need the... What? Bear back.
Hang on. We gotta knock on the door.
FBI, open up.
Oh yeah, these are the guys who've been trying to break into your house. It did, very poor reception here. Everyone else let us break in after the second try. Just be better. Shit, I'm not supposed to talk about things that happen in their life on stream. I fucking apologize.
I thought you just genuinely meant the FBI.
Like,
Like, just
Yeah,
for
I
a
thought
solid
the joke
minute
was
there, I was like,
same.
what? I mean, I know we're all into some shady shit, but I didn't think they tried twice. Them Alpha Betty boys is getting persistent. Damn.
Sorry. Wrong door, dash door.
I almost got a free Good Guys pizza.
Should have took it.
No, not that
No.
name.
Look,
All
life
right.
was offering you free pizza.
I'm going to Crystal Market. I want the spices.
You don't want the spices?
I do not want the spices. Luson can join them with the spices. He seems to enjoy the spices.
You ain't joined them. We're all here in the crystal market.
Oh, so everyone wants to go crystal? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Are we
you
going
find a different... What? Sorry?
Are we?
We're in we are in the crystal market right
Oh,
now,
sorry.
and he wants to find a place to eat.
You know that? Yeah. Sure, Crystal. Yeah.
So you see a bunch of like seafood places, but you also see like rock candy and all sorts of like confections made of sugar that has been basically turned into sculptures.
Seafood.
Seafood.
Aahana just wanders off into a seafood place.
Yep.
Rock crab it is. Because if it's on the menu, that's what you're ordering. I'm guessing
Yes.
Yeah.
a platter of rock crab.
They seem very enamored with rock crabs, so
It's mainly just
I will also
Aahana.
go for that.
A large platter of steamed rock crab for everyone to share. That'll be like 6 gold.
Party funds.
Yep. Party funds.
You mean
One. 1 silver.
They'll take it.
So, you actually meant 6 gold? Alright.
Yeah, why?
Well, this is the fancy place and it's seafood. I was expecting it was going to be 6 copper or something.
No. But yeah, for those of you that have never had rock crab before, and I'm going to describe it. You know snow crab?
Yes.
And you
Yes.
know king crab?
Yes.
If you mix the two together and then take out any of the whole, like, weird, like, extra briny sea part of it, and then make it a little more tender and a lot more aromatic, that's what the rock crab is like. They give you a big, like, side thing of butter, garlic butter, and sort of, like, different kinds of dipping sauces. But there
And
you
I'm
go.
assuming it's served like legs in the shell.
Yeah. I mean, the legs weren't the part that you usually ate. It was the body.
Oh, okay.
You just crack it open and just slurp it up kind of like a clam, but they're not clams.
Huh.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They taste fucking awesome, don't they, buddy?
Pretty
Yeah.
good. Definitely the good stuff.
Yep. Agreed.
Aelin's got like one in his mouth, and his free hand is holding one to Lila's mouth.
I wonder who their supplier is.
Well, you remember there was a recent shipment
Ah,
down in the south.
right.
Oswald is going between eating the insides, then snapping off the mostly decorative legs and chewing on them.
So, behind your back, Fenris.
Mm.
Rhea is eating a fork.
That's okay. I don't know what happened to the fork.
Yeah, you weren't there. You don't see anything. I'm just saying it's what's happening behind your back.
Sorry. How is the table positioned?
It's a circular table. You're all sort of like sitting at it. It's in a corner.
Okay. Okay. I just want to position Rhea just out of sight from anyone who would be walking by.
Oh, she's facing the corner. You're fine.
Okay. Then yeah, we're good. I just didn't want her getting caught.
After your meal, would you like to check back or some shit?
Yeah. That sounds like
It's-
fun.
I'll say it's been a couple hours. You guys have just fucked around. If there's nothing you want to do specifically, we can just have this all get on the road.
I mean, Fenris will idly look at armor, but I doubt I'll be getting any because it has to be able to change size with me.
The pains of your class.
Yeah.
So everyone good to continue, or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you get your gauntlet. You had to tell him the basics of what you think her size was, and when they asked who it was for and you said Ruby, they're like, oh, okay. And they seem to get a little bit better. So you're picking up this delicate thing that's about half the size of your hand.
Fucking beautiful.
Those claws, though, look like they could probably flay you alive. They're sharp.
He's gonna deliberately like prick his finger on one.
Yeah, sharp. And you guys head,
wow.
I'm guessing, to the Firebeard Keep?
Mhm.
Wait, I have a plan.
Oh?
Any
Oh,
of
no.
you guys know where I could find the fucking performing? What are they called? Troupe. That is the right word, right? The performing troupe.
Do you need music?
Sure.
Army troop.
That's the one. Thank you. Hey, music, fireworks, magic, lights, everything.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
You're romantic at heart, don't you know?
What do you think you
Could have
do?
fooled me.
Well, I got
He's gonna put on an
thaumaturgy,
entire
so
performance about this.
I can literally make music with the alteration rune and the thaumaturgy part. It's small
Yep.
music. It's not booming, but it's
Before
something special.
you, I do want to ask, and I can't believe I'm the one bringing this up. You've been on a date with her before, right?
Hey,
What did she? Did you let her decide what to do, or did you take the lead?
took the lead.
Okay, what did she seem to really like?
Anything I did.
Okay. Do you think that she's going to demand big deals like this? Or will she just want you to show up, hand it to her, and then you get locked in her room for like 3 hours?
I'm going to need you to say that again very slowly.
Do you think she'd prefer a... Wait, sorry, you said very slowly, sorry. Do you think she'd prefer...
He's gonna flick him in the forehead.
What? You said do it slowly.
Look,
Do you
just
think
go
she'd
along with this.
prefer a big... Okay. I can do some things. A lot of my things aren't very impressive. I can make darkness.
Fenris,
Work.
I can do the thaumaturgy part if you do the showers of sparks and music for him.
Alright, yeah. I can do that.
Alright, are we ready to get this done? Your boys are about to get married.
As he walks,
Or-
there's just a consistent rumble of thunder.
They are nowhere near the fucking house
So you
yet.
get to the fire keep, and now that you're at the guards, what are you saying?
I am here to take your princess.
They ready their weapons.
That's not the right words.
He's courting her.
That's the ones. Thank you.
Oh, you're about to propose. Good luck. They open the door.
Ah, you see? I did that. There is sweat pouring from his forehead.
Did we plan at all what we're going to do before doing it?
No.
Apparently, he has it all planned out.
You see a fucking a servant running into the main keep.
Music plays, sparks fly, thunder rolls. Him. Yeah, I liked fucking you.
So
wait, just to be clear, do you want me to do the darkness or no?
Hey, please.
Okay.
So Ruby comes onto the balcony. Her parents exit the main doors and are staring at you. Who wants to go first with what they're doing?
Fenris
Aelin's just
is
gonna click his fingers and let
waiting
everyone
for,
go ahead.
Fenris
No, I
is
know you are.
waiting,
Relax.
waiting for for Wilk to start playing music, and he's going to just like arms outstretched in a Y, just start spraying sparks into the air.
No, you're doing this 2 sets of concentrated sparks and music. You can do 3. I'm doing the big old thundering
Right.
and the booming and the cry of ravens and shit, apparently.
Ravens?
Or some kind of fucking animal. I'm guessing like
Cave ravens.
cave ravens, yes.
I guess I'll just cast darkness on where he would enter, so it's all dramatic.
Okay. Fenris, what are you doing?
I'm doing the sparks and music.
Okay, Susie's gonna help you by auto-tuning your voice. And, just giving
please
you
give
advantage on your performance check.
Alright.
Rhea Hun is going to help you by lobbing balls of molten rock into the air that explode into fireworks. She's gonna give you advantage on your performance checks.
Don't know if Lufa can do anything that would help in this
She
case.
can't. She should just stay.
She's doing a little
She can
shimmy
cast
shimmy.
invisibility on Aelin.
Yes,
He's
Moonbeam,
in
right?
the darkness, though.
Yeah, that's about it. So never mind.
So
she casts calm emotions on him, so he's not nervous.
There you
Oh,
go.
Aahana can bless us if she wants to give us a bonus to shit.
Would you like to? Aahana already has something you'd like to do.
I don't have bless.
So, what is there anything
I
you would
can
like
do
to do?
guidance on at least Aelin.
There you go. So that means we'll start with you, Hun. Do your performance at advantage with the pluses from the 2. That's not bad. Fenris, your turn.
Oh no.
Yep.
Zach is gonna give you a second chance.
Alright.
Zach has no idea what's going on, but everyone's excited and let's do this.
That's like
Performance.
This is important. I'm
There
being a
you
witch.
go.
Aelin stands
That's
on
much
Lila
better.
and gets carried in.
Aelin, riding a enlarged Lila, steps forward from the fucking fog of the darkness. Aelin, what do you say?
He has the gauntlet, like the claws facing into his palm, holding it out to her. Ruby, baby, I haven't stopped thinking about you since the moment I laid me eyes on you. Would you do me the honor of being me wife, right here, right now? Pretty please. Just staring
You
at him.
hear a shotgun cock from the direction of the parents.
You are not scared because you have calm emotions.
If you look, you see that it's the mother.
You know what? He's gonna look up and wink at the mother.
Upon seeing this, Ruby launches herself off the balcony and into your arm. You now have an NPC accompanying you. She is your future wife. She does not want to live here anymore.
He weighs quite a lot, right?
She's about your weight,
Would
but
he?
shorter.
Oh, like she hit the floor and then hugged him, or just straight up jumped on him?
Into your arms.
Okay.
So, strength check.
Wait.
That's a save. That's a save. Do the
Oh,
check.
fuck.
Check.
Oh,
No, I was going to say real quick when she saw
Yes.
him, her falling.
Yes?
And that's
I
ability
I also
on
had
Aelin.
I also
Bull
had a
strength.
reaction I was going to do.
Which
Fair.
one was it? Yeah, bull strength.
Nice!
Advantage on all strength. Nice.
You catch her like she weighs nothing and she giggles.
Okay, good. I didn't.
Spin her around and kiss her.
I was gonna stealth and try to help him.
So
fucking
as
prop
you
his arms
guys
up.
start to leave, you see the mother vibrating in anger, and you see Ruby with both hands up behind Aelin's head while they're kissing, middle fingers raised as you guys leave the premises.
As every romance should end.
I love how he's like, "Be my wife right here,
Jesus
right now," and
Christ.
she's like, "Right now, yes. Right here, fuck no."
I'm going to your house.
Hey, you can come to my house. Oh, we
Outside
didn't
of
get a
the
recommendation.
Yeah. Well, she is at the moment second in line. She could ride it, and you might see if it works.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I could try to like avoid the mother's gaze and get it from the dad if you want, but probably not.
I mean, that could work. I don't know.
Aahana is going to just start going back to the father.
I
Okay.
follow.
You slither back to the father with Oswald in tow. The
I'm
mother
with
is like punching the pillar
Fenris
next
is
to the
actually
door.
also gonna go with.
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
acknowledge the mother.
Aelin
She
can
goes,
enjoy
"Sir,
the honeymoon.
Yes.
would you be so kind as to write us a commendation?"
She looks. He side eye looks at his wife, pulls out a piece of paper, and then just sort of like stamps it with like a stamp he had like in his breast pocket, and just gives it to you. He's like, "This'll work."
Thank you. She's gonna take it, roll it up, and as she's walking away, she just gives it to Wilk.
Sweet.
Oh shit! I forgot to be doing this the whole time. Oh well, I'll do it now.
Nah,
Hey.
Such a beautiful scene he captured.
By the way, Ruby is now telling you that there's a catch-22 with her. You also have to marry her 2 girlfriends.
Fucking done!
Cool.
Wait.
They're gonna be moving in as well.
Oh
Two?
my god.
Did
What happened to the
Aelin
third
ever...
one?
Yeah, wasn't the 3?
Oh,
There was
that was
3.
just a one-night stand.
Oh.
good.
The other Firebeard's like, nah.
No, the other Firebeard was literally a one-night stand.
Yeah.
So you guys are now heading back triumphant. Lila, in your brain, telling you that she will never let you ride her again. This is a one-time thing. Don't even try.
Scratching the top of her head lovingly.
What a day.
Now,
That
did I ever tell me sister that I was bringing a girls home?
You mean you knew
Girls,
about, you
yeah,
knew about the
different.
one?
Girls, no.
It's gonna be an interesting conversation.
Oh yes, and I cannot wait for it.
We leave that for in person.
Well,
Shay,
we're definitely taking that trip back to
Never
Emerald.
Yes.
never mind. I remember there was something I wanted to buy, but it wouldn't have been at the Crystal Market. It would have been at the Zinj Market.
Ah, okay. You guys make it back to the Adventurers Guild at midnight. It's been a day. You're all
It has
tired.
been a hell of it.
She's dragging Aelin off to a nearby inn.
Just waving happily.
She's demanding that the marriage happens in the human city. She's sick of dwarves. Aside from her girlfriends, that is.
He feels that in his soul.
And when you get to the inn, you see that both girlfriends are there with their bags packed.
You guys
I
have
mean,
fun
if she
dealing
ever-
with that.
If she ever does get homesick, there's a whole dwarven district.
True.
I mean, to be fair, it sounds less like an us problem and more like a Sylvanar problem.
God damn it, so hard to not expect this. Like, she woke up that day with like, I'm just gonna go do my thing today, nothing's gonna be any different, and then BAM! That guy looks a lot like Mom. What?
Then, later, like, I'm just gonna do my thing, check on Zokiti. He's marrying who?
Alright, well, three sigils down, 1 to go.
Oh. By the
Yeah,
way, Ruby, I had
4
a
sigils
question.
down, right?
Oh, before they leave? Okay.
No, like... Oh yeah, before they leave the Adventurers Guild. Did you have a brother named Ulrich?
Yeah, I did.
What happened to him?
Well, you see, he fell in love with one of those down and out sorts. It's a Firebeard, but she got cast out of
Yeah.
her family and ended up on the streets. And they both wanted to elope, and my mother caught wind of that, and she wasn't having any of that. No.
So he's locked up somewhere?
Well, in our house, yeah. He's been officially declared dead.
Ah.
So, do you think there's any hope of us breaking him out in the middle of the night? I mean,
Look, she looks back at Aelin, and then she smiles. Let me take care of Aelin, and I'll show up tonight, and we can just go get him.
Oh, I was gonna just ask
Thumbs
if he
up.
had a window, because if he has a window, I can get him out.
Oh, it's not a window. Don't worry, I got this. She smiles.
Okay.
Just,
You kids have fun.
just, don't be afraid of maybe bashing in a couple skulls. Come bloodthirsty tonight, okay? She says she's leaving.
Oh, okay. Starts changing his kit for combat.
Just happy
All
wait
right.
as he's dragged away again.
I am going to do the same and get a few hours of shut-eye.
I got some paperwork
good.
to handle, and I'll join you all.
Oh, hey, if we're going full-on fight mode, I'm not gonna have Dwarven, so there'll be 2 people that don't understand Dwarven.
It's all
Oh,
good.
I can translate.
So, I don't have a battle map set up for that yet, because you guys hadn't shown much interest into solving that. That'll have to be a next time thing, so I guess that would be a decent place to call it tonight.
Yep.
I got some things for a kit, too, for us in terms of
Plus,
food.
I'm feeling mildly nauseous. The worst is past. I didn't have to throw up, but I apparently am still kind of sick.
Alright.
Yeah, go take some rest.
Yeah. Go fucking sit down.
Damn good session.
I am sitting down. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry that it's
Oh,
a
I
little bit
did.
on the
That was
shorter
fun.
side. But
I thought as soon as we got to the markets up there that was the end of the session. We were just gonna be there.
I do try to at least nudge you guys along here and there, because you do have like something you're trying to do. But I let you have fun.
Anyone
go tell my
remember
mother
anything
someone's
else
finally
that
marrying me.
Oswald
What do you say?
Does anyone remember anything else that Oswald should draw other than, Aelin's proposal and Day going Doomslayer on all the politicians?
The Siege of Dune itself? The statue?
Maybe the shaman.
Right, the shaman. And Zach.
I'll try to have Zach's sheet done by next time as well.
Woo!
I'm trying to decide if I want him to go Soul Keeper or just straight up Wizard.
Oh,
Yeah?
next weekend, I'm gonna be out of town. I should be back for the session, but it may need to be delayed. I'm not sure.
Well, why don't you let me know as soon
I
as
need
you
to
know.
I need to talk to my sister about when we're gonna be coming back.
Because if you need to call off, that this is a perfect weeks ahead notice, so thank you. But just let me know as soon as you know for sure.
Yeah. No, I will be coming back Sunday, but I just don't know when Sunday.
Understandable. If it's too late, it's too late, you know?
Yeah.
What do you guys want to call this episode?
Holy
Please say
shit,
yes.
he didn't fuck it up.
The real monster is capitalism.
Wedding bell.
I like that so far. What about you, Aahana?
I guess rug trips and wedding bells.
Balls and chains. Because we freed a ball and chain from the Seat of Dune, and we made one for Aelin.
I mean, there's balls and there's chains. Yes.
Yeah, no, we don't need to do
That
that. 'cause-
sounds like
Ha-
more like a trip to a gay brothel. So.
No, I like balls and chains because I want to keep capitalism as the real monster or politics as the real monster in the back pocket from when we actually meet the king.
Jesus.
Alright. So, balls and chains?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my vote.
Alright. Alright.
Hi,
that'll be it.
everybody.
Yes, it's time to go. Bye-bye.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Thank you, everybody, for being here.
Bye.
And
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye.